Okay, we appear to be live. Hello to everyone watching. And without further ado, I want to get this thing going. Although, let's momentarily explain what we're doing tonight. We will be playing an Only Connect game that our friend Dave Harris has written. Very excited about that. And we will then be attacking the cryptic crossword that our friends Ben Zimmer and Zach Sherwin have written. Zach will be with us shortly. Hey, speaking of Dave Harris, Dave, you want to jump in? Dave is a nerdy IP lawyer in New York. Hello, Dave.
Hi, everybody.
And speaking of Ben Zimmer, Ben, please jump in. Ben Zimmer, a popular language columnist for the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and more importantly, Vocab Calloway, the greatest nickname ever.
Still trying to make that happen.
No, much like Fetch, it is happening. Kelsey Dixon will be playing tonight. Kelsey, please jump in. Prolific crossword constructor.
I don't know about prolific, but
I mean, you've got the Lollapuzzoola and Chicago rivalry detente, having written for the Chicago crossword tournament.
That's very true.
And more importantly,
show at the Atlantic.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I don't want to embarrass people, but yeah, the Atlantic
Paolo's
crossword.
boss.
But exactly, we're getting to that exactly. All right. Well, as long as you name Paolo's name, Paolo Pasco, please jump in.
Come on down.
Puzzle writer, editor for The Atlantic, and also for LinkedIn. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Love it.
Happy to be an employee.
Great to have you. And rounding third, let's get Todd McClary in here. Todd, a Colorado-based puzzle maker. Hey, Todd.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the invitation, Ben.
So happy to have you. This is truly an all-star. I'm so happy to be super outclassed by everybody here tonight. And speaking of all-stars, a guy who lost by 1 point to Ken Jennings on the show Mastermind, and a Scottish lord, no joke, Jason Meyerowitz.
No vocab Calloway, but it'll do.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Awesome. Oh man, look at all of our buddies in the chat. I love it. I guess as long as we're turning attention to the chat for 1 sec, please no answers in the chat. And yet there may be times when we need you to answer, but please let the players attack the questions. And then if and when we need to turn to the chat, we will do that. And we will also try to keep an eye on the chat because we love having our friends along for the ride. With that,
Is there something, Ben, that you'd like folks in the chat to type to indicate we have it if you want a hint?
Sure. Like people could say G as in got it.
Cool.
But yeah, Cagemate heckling is not merely permitted, but required. Yeah, so yeah, like much like solving the cryptic, like maybe people can put G or say got it if you know the answer. I mean, you'll get your props for having it earlier than us, but please don't say it so that we can play along and not have to not look at the chat, if that makes sense. Okay, anything else to cover before we get this thing going?
We should just let folks know what the teams are.
Ah, good point. Oh, we haven't even named the teams. You know what?
We don't need names.
Yeah, right. Oh wait. Okay, everyone's all right. Got it. We're streaming. All right. Until we screen share, everyone's on there. That's true. We don't need. Well, Ben and Jason are already a team in the Only Connect League that many of us play in. Connections Online Quiz League. We have a team name there. Anyway, who cares? You guys. When it's your turn to pick an emoji, you can. Or I don't know. Do we need team name? I guess Dave, you're supposed to throw something up into the corner. Why don't we just go with our usual team name, Should You Stardust? And no pressure, Todd, Kelsey, or Paolo, but if any of you has a suggestion, great. Otherwise, Dave, feel free to pick one. It really doesn't matter.
I think dealer's choice. I think Dave should name us.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
I'm calling you Kelso McClary.
Perfect.
Sure.
I've been using that term for years without knowing why. Now it suddenly makes sense. I am going to screen share the game board, or try to. Boy, that pops onto the screen. That'll also be a way for me to see how much of a delay. All right, not much of a delay. Terrific.
Excellent.
Also McClary, I like that. All right, Dave, you're the host. Take it away.
All right. I know a lot of folks here probably know the game, but I'll do a quick explanation of the rounds as we go for anyone else who's trying it out for the first time and doesn't watch Only Connect, the British quiz show on our friend Chris's YouTube channel. So the first round of the game, you'll pick one of these 6 emojis. As soon as you pick an emoji, you'll get a first clue. There are a total of up to 4 clues, and they have something in common. It's going to be something a little unusual, lateral, or demented. If you need more clues, you'll get fewer points, but you can just say next. If I hear the word next or next please from anyone on your team, I'll throw on the next clue. You have a total of 1 minute, and it's up to you how many of the 4 clues you'd like in that time. Whenever you think you've got the answer, buzz in and just tell me what connects these 4 things. We'll get into the other rounds when they happen, but in the meantime, I'll hide the picker. And Chuggy Stardust, would you like to call the coin flip?
Or tails
Jason, it's
never
your turn.
tails.
Sorry. This is Jason's specialty. Sorry.
Tails.
Tails has failed with regrets. So this interface, by the way, is provided to us by the league that several of us are in, which is Connections Online Quiz League. This is how a match that we play on Zoom looks, and they've given us the interface so we can use it for these friendly sets and have it look official. So they are not affiliated with OnlyConnect, but they are have, I believe, gotten a blessing to use the format, and we all love it. So it is Kelso Paclari's turn to pick an emoji. What would you like?
I think Paolo should pick.
All right. Let's start with the panda.
Panda it is. So here's the first clue. You have 1 minute. What connects these 4 things?
It's what? All right. Any bells? I know the first
Nope.
name, but not the second.
No ideas.
All right. Do you see another?
Yeah.
All right. Next, please. Okay. So this is.
This
Oh, is
High
this
School Musical?
Sharpay Evans? Is this like who they played on High School Musical and then like High School Musical, the musical, the series?
Oh,
Oh, out
Wait,
of
I
my
kind of like that
wheelhouse.
because there's 2 colons in it.
yeah. No, I
Do you think we should go for it? That feels nice.
think you should go for it.
Okay, sweet. Do we have a buzzer?
Oh, sorry. There you go.
All right.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So they start with an actor in High School Musical, and then the initials of the character they played, and then who played that in High School Musical, the musical, the series.
That is exactly right. Which
Beautifully done,
kudos.
Paolo.
You.
you
why we
even
keep our
named
generation
Sharpay
together.
Evans for the SE. Yes.
Oh, that would.
So the
given it
colons
away.
are the biggest clue here because High School Musical, the series, is just delightfully named and a surprisingly good show. So yes, it is in the show they put on High School Musical, the musical. And so they don't play Zac Efron, but they play Troy Bolton, they play Chad Danforth. So this is the character that connects them.
I think our only realistic chance is if you continue not to give their team a buzzer. Otherwise, I think
Yes, I'll do my best for you, Ben. The other bit of fun context here: Ashley Tisdale, Sharpay Evans, in the series, Joe Serafina, without really any explanation, just plays a fabulous female character. So that is if you happen to know that character, is a potential giveaway, but otherwise is just a little baffling. So well done for 3 points after 2 clues. And that brings us to the second emoji. What would you like someone on Chuggy?
How about that otter?
We will have the otter. What occurs to me, I normally have props when I'm playing as a contestant, but I didn't bring them for judging.
Props. Like a little stuffed otter or something?
I have a little card from a board game called Spirit Island that's a little magical otter. I have a little trans pin.
Oh, nice.
So when everyone takes a bathroom break, I'll see if we can get them for the next round. But for now, Chuggy, who has a buzzer as a little advantage, what connects these 4 things?
sadly that will result in
Yeah.
a tie, but we'll see.
It might backfire. It's possible.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, that could be anything.
They
Like
could be-
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Next, please. Phobosphere.
I can't
I don't
imagine
see
these
it.
are anagrams, but I guess it's possible.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it yet. You want to get another?
Yes.
Next, please. Poyo poetry.
Oh, Apollo. Take the
Oh, there
first
you
name
go.
off.
Yeah,
Take-
Phobos.
Take
Yep.
Oh,
Phobos and
Phobos is real.
Hera,
Okay.
goddess of marriage. So take a letter off, I guess.
Take
It could be
a
from the
letter. Yeah.
Right.
the,
Okay.
the deity.
Non-sequential, but yeah,
Yeah.
there you
Okay. So
What have you got for me, Jason?
these are members of the Greek pantheon, missing a letter, but what they are, one of the things for which they are a deity.
Exactly right. You named all three, and we've also got the IRS rainbow for
Well
Iris,
done.
goddess of the rainbow.
Well done.
Because I can't help myself, I will come up with punny names for these categories to justify them. These are the Greek gods.
For the trivia file, Phobos and Deimos, which are fear and panic, the sons of Ares, which are things that happen during war, are in our world two moons orbiting Mars, aka Ares. Paolo,
Exactly
please
right.
quit interrupting the game. We're trying to play.
They
Oh, wait.
also are little gremlins in the Hercules Disney movie.
Classically.
More important.
More iconically, of course.
Yes. I think one of them might be, what's his name? Bobcat Goldthwait.
Mhm. Good job,
Anyway.
by the way. Ben Zimmer getting us off the schneid. All right, go for it.
Yes. So 3-2,
Okay.
anyone's game. What have you got? What would you like, Kelso?
Let's do the T-Rex.
The adorable little T-Rex. All right, here's your first clue. Tell me what's going on.
Oh goodness.
Oh. Do you want to do next?
I'm down to see another.
Yeah.
Next, please.
Is that Tarzan?
Oh,
Oh. Oh, I like that.
Are these
Do you wanna
more
just-
common names of fictional characters that have royal titles?
fictional orphans that had royal
Yeah.
titles.
I
Do
don't
we
know
have
if
something good for
that's
BA?
I don't know who BA would be.
It's pretty compelling. We could take another just to lock it down, but
I kind of. Well, should we see another?
let's see like one more.
Next, please.
Okay.
I think
Reset.
Scarlet
I don't know.
Pimpernel?
I feel like we should just go for it. Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Do you want to say it?
So who has the
Yeah.
pressure job of actually summarizing what your guess is?
Right.
I believe that the initial is sort of a sobriquet of a fictional character who has a sort of a peerage title that is more expansively described in the clue.
That is a fantastic answer, because I have in my little notes here that if you don't say something like title, I'm supposed to prompt you to try and get you to say the word title.
Nice.
But yes, these are title aliases for entitled characters.
Okay.
Blackadder, yeah.
Oh, Blackadder,
Blackadder.
of course.
Blackadder.
This is, after all, a British quiz show, so we got to include Blackadder somewhere.
Tarzan was a good grip.
Yeah, really good pull.
Nice get
Yeah.
on Tarzan.
Wasn't there a movie called Greystoke? That
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean,
It didn't have two colons, unlike
No.
unlike the musical, the play, the TV show, the Lunchbox, but it was called
The
Greystoke,
Lunchbox.
The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes.
There you go.
What year was
Wow.
Like 15 years before you were born. I don't know, like
Okay,
mid
thank you.
mid 80s. I don't know.
that? Okay.
something.
As a little bit of behind the scenes here, initially Scarlet Pimpernel was clue 2 because I thought he was probably a little less known than Tarzan's, but someone pointed out in a game that Blackadder and Scarlet Pimpernel just pointed towards colors as the gimmick. So I wanted to make sure there was a non-color one early enough that wasn't a red herring.
Nice.
Nice.
It was a great idea for a question. Props to you.
Absolutely.
Robin Hood is what I think we all in the league would call the clue 4 giveaway, because there just weren't that many other options. But very good phrasing among other things, Todd.
I try.
Shugi, what would you like?
Let's go hedgehog, please.
Hedgehog. All right, just so you know, we have not yet found the image question, so Still anyone's choice on that one.
Really?
Here is the first clue. What is going on, Chuki?
Oh dear God.
Color codes?
Yeah, those are clearly color codes. I forget what they.
Well, I wouldn't.
I have no idea what
Any way
colors
to
those
know.
are going to
Well,
correspond
yeah.
to.
Well, I mean, I don't know what all is, but
All right, shall we keep going then?
I guess
Next, please.
All to
I thought all colors combined to be white, but that's clearly not what we're doing.
Keep going.
Yeah.
yeah.
Next, please.
Oh, that's interesting.
A lot of colors. I don't
I
know.
mean,
what
are we
we're
going to
doing.
see a
But
crop?
what the F's is what color? Is that I don't know.
No clue. It's not going to be a cross and down.
Right.
It's
Not my thing.
Two, cross 5 color. I don't know. Do
I,
we need
All
to
right.
no idea.
find
I
the-
think we have to take the last one.
Give us the last one, please.
I mean, would that be like a way to get the same color multiple times?
I'm curious what we'll be hearing. If anyone wants to take a stab.
I don't know, but I feel like it's
I feel
it's Robin Loxley related somehow. No idea.
These are also
idea.
not all famous pimpernels, I'm sorry to tell you.
There's some
This is pretty
game
tough.
or something that the colors could correspond to. Like I can't see it though.
Sadly, that will
Yeah.
not work for this one, so I'll turn
right.
it over to the Kelsos.
The only color I
Alright.
recognize here is white in the across.
Okay, I think I got this one.
Go for it.
I think these are pride flags. So the
Ah.
first is the description, and the colors are like the colors on the flag.
Oh,
That
like, there is
is-
trans.
right.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
exactly right. So, and for this one, we have a little visual aid to help at the end. So the prefix is trans by
Okay.
pan. Little bit of a hint that we have the trans flag emoji. So we've all gotten very used to seeing that specific. In the league, we all call this the trans pride macaron. But it does have white in the middle, and it has the repeats, and then we've got the full rainbow for same.
Right.
This took a little time to research because not everyone agrees on what these colors should be, but I think they're just about as good as you can get. So nicely done for the steal. We didn't say if the team who's choosing an emoji doesn't get it, the other team has a chance to steal for just the 1 point. But yeah, very good. And again, a punny name because I'm incorrigible.
And props to the like dozens of people in the chat who got it, even though we didn't. And to you, Paul.
Wow.
I will also note there was something in the chat suggesting that Blackadder as a clue should be just B, not BA, because it's one word. But someone else pointed out that in the first season, it is Blackadder before it condenses. So I don't remember what research I did, but I did check. So nice steal for Kelso on the pride flag question. Out of curiosity, Paolo, which one did you recognize? Was it trans or rainbow?
The white in the trans one definitely helped.
Nice. All righty. We have 2 left, including the across macaron.
Right.
Or
Todd, you
I
wanna
guess
take-
these days we call it the
Okay.
toothpaste because the emoji has changed.
Well, based on the last question, let's go for the trans pride flag.
All righty. This is another word one, so I think we know what's coming in the baby bottle last. But
Awesome.
for now, what is going on in these 4 clues?
feel like could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next please.
Oh, is Orlando? Does that mean something in Spanish?
Yeah, I want these to all be like the same thing or like similar word wise, but
Right.
I mean I don't know what loose change is.
Me either. Should
So
we see the next
MC
one?
another. Yeah. Next
Yeah.
please. Ooh,
Is that 98.6?
yeah, it's like 98. Oh, O-Town, 98 Degrees. These are all boy bands.
Oh, boy bands. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet. All right, and loose change is probably something. Cool to go with. All
Yeah.
right.
What do you got for me, Paolo?
Let's say these are boy bands.
Do you want to take a guess at the second one as long as we're before I reveal?
I'll guess if you don't guess.
Go for it, Ben.
Name street.
Is it Menudo?
It is Menudo.
Oh.
And
Nice.
last one, most
New
recent
kids on
arrivals
on
in the
the
neighborhood.
block.
I'll preempt the chat by saying I saw a couple different explanations for the Menudo meaning because it can also mean a type of stew.
Yeah.
But my sense from the research was the loose change was more likely based on, I think, locations they were from the meaning. So both seem to be meanings of Menudo.
Well done, Paolo.
And
Good
which of
spot
these
on
were still
temperatures.
together when you were born?
Hmm.
I think
I've learned of all of
Old
these through
Town.
references.
Well, at least the new kids got back together.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, they were neither new nor kids, but they did.
I think Paolo actually helped bring them back together.
Oh, that's right. New grids on the block. I completely forgot about
Oh,
that.
that's right. That's right.
So Chugi, can I interest you in the baby bottle?
Why not?
Full of pictures.
Yeah, so for those in the chat, one question each of the first two rounds is an image question. You'll probably have been seeing Ben scrolling over the text and it gets bigger, and you can do that with the images too, which I imagine will be helpful. Here is the first.
Sure.
Don't know.
Next, please.
It's caught me off guard, sorry.
Is that
Scarlett
Scarjo?
Johansson.
Playing what character?
I think the other Boleyn sister.
That could be.
The other Boleyn sister. Wow. Okay. Don't know what to do with that though.
Yeah.
Yep. Next, please.
Yep. That's the other
Oh,
white.
the
all
white
the
meat.
So
others
they,
out
they're
there.
the other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe they're
there
the
are other things.
okay. Other things.
These are other things. Sometimes you have 5 questions and you just need some other things for a 6th question. Does anyone know the first one before I keep going?
The other black girl?
The other Tyra from the the 2nd season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Tyra Sanchez, more specifically. And then the other 2 is the last one, which is the show.
Yep.
Excellent show.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
So nice 2-point get on the other white meat. And for context, I Googled this was the logo used for the other white meat campaign. So it is not simply pork on its own.
Dave, you add so much value beyond your good questions.
I do what I can. But well done. I think nothing went dead, right? So everyone's doing fantastic. But now we move on to round 2. I regret to inform you. Round 2, for folks in the chat who are less familiar, is sequences round, or for us, what follows. In this one, you're not just getting 4 things that are connected, you're getting 4 things in a specific order. They're not just in, like, it's not just getting bigger, they have to be specific, next biggest, next biggest, next biggest. So you can only get 3 clues in this one because you don't you have to tell me what would come in the 4th clue. So the points are 5, 3, or 2, depending on how many clues you need, and you just have to tell me what would come forth. If you find an alternate sequence for one of these that works for the clues shown, you might get points anyway, but I will be a little surprised. So, Kelso Baclary, what have you got? What would you like?
It's Paolo's pick.
All right. Let's do the panda again.
Panda. All right. Tell me what would come forth in this sequence.
A happy year be abbreviated. 6 mo's. I don't know. Want to see another?
Yeah.
Okay, next, please. A. So end to ord.
But there's okay.
Yeah.
So,
Palindrome subordinate. Wait, PALINDROM. How's it going to split up though?
Oh.
Okay, so spelling palindrome on the top, subordinate on the bottom. I'm down to see another just to see how it splits, and then like finish off the words if that's all right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that sounds good.
All right, next please. ROM. Okay, so it's ES on the top, and then AP on the bottom. Okay, cool. So it's a clue for ES, like Spain for short or something, and then on the bottom is like challenging high school class, and then an arrow pointing to the left.
Yeah.
It's shocking how close you got to exactly
Wow.
what's written here.
Yeah.
Yes, this is palindromes and some ordinalap. You nailed it. I think you got everything. And yes, you mentioned the abbreviations. I followed crossword rules here since some of these felt unfair if you don't know about the abbreviations. So PC, ROM, SEN, and did my best there. But yeah, nailed it.
Good question.
Beautifully done, Paulo.
I'm setting F5 on my keyboard to be a macro that says nice one, Paolo.
God.
Got Powelled again.
I'm
That was
running
impressive.
this for some British folks soon, and I don't know how to rewrite this question to make it make sense for them.
I
might
think you
need
should
to-
leave it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Make them learn.
Yeah, that's right. We should be hegemonic. I think that's the best call.
They have
probably
got
fly
plenty
into
of
ORG.
hegemony in their time.
I also tried to do a merciful thing. Just earlier today, I added the arrows that weren't there before. I think it makes it much more
Oh,
parsable.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
absolutely.
So
No doubt. No
I
doubt.
think I'll probably tweak after this one too, because frankly, these are always evolving based on how stuff plays. In the meantime, Shugi, what would you like your first sequence to be?
Easy.
Oh, how about the T-Rex this time?
The tiny T-Rex. You have chosen the image sequence.
It's
So here you go. What would come forth?
that's like
Oh, God.
the Day the Earth Stood Still, or one of those.
I think that's right.
Okay. Can we
Like,
get another one then?
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
Next.
planets in order.
Duran Duran, or no, I don't know.
Could be.
Next, please.
Is-
Ming the Merciless.
Oh.
That's
yeah,
Flash Gordon, right?
Flash Gordon, right.
Okay.
what's the
so-
sequence?
Don't know what to do with that.
Okay, next, please.
The Invisible
The
Man.
Invisible Man, yeah.
Are these like the first? No.
I have no idea.
Oh man, I thought it was going to be planets in order with the Earth, but clearly
Hmm.
not.
Flash
Is
Gordon,
Flash Gordon
Invisible
associated
Man.
with a certain planet? Although I don't think the Invisible Man would be.
I have no idea.
It's Mars.
3 seconds. Ben Z, who had an idea and then didn't say it. What are you going to tell me is the sequence here?
I'm gonna tell you. I don't have anything. Should we just?
All right,
Let's
if
go
no Hail
with,
Mary, we'll turn it over.
Let's go with
Well, Flash Gordon's FG and Invisible Man is IM. It's quasi alphabetical. That doesn't get us very far, does it?
Nope.
All right.
FG.
Well,
Wait, FG,
can we ask
FG, FG.
Did you just say you want to ask Paolo?
Yeah.
I do
You
too.
can't phone a friend.
All right, I got nothing. Sorry.
All right. Do we have anything, Kelso?
Team, I can take this.
Beautiful. Go for it.
Could I see a picture of Fay Ray and King Kong?
That is exactly right. Would you like to explain what's going on?
Nice.
Would you like to?
What?
How would you like to
Oh,
express what's going on?
I will not sing it, but these are the lyrics to Science Fiction Double Feature, which is the first song from the Rocky Horror Show.
Oh my god.
Exactly
Wow.
right.
Nice.
So it was The Day the Earth Stood Still, it was Flash Gordon, it was The Invisible Man. Specifically, I can't vouch that Michael Rennie was ill in the photo. But exactly right, Todd. Well done.
Yes.
Wow.
There's
Really
no
good.
internet on
This is the
phone.
oldie question for me, so thank you.
Yeah, this is too old for Ben Bass, I think.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was born very late in the day. Otherwise, I would be.
In the day.
When you said King Kong, I literally was like, oh, Ming the Merciless. So it's K-I-N-G, M-I-N-G, M-I-N-G. No, that was not the right.
So well done for the steal on that one.
Nice
And,
catch,
as your
Todd.
reward,
Really
you get
good.
Very
another
impressive.
question.
That was really good.
That was a great get. I gotta say, I love that when it turns over and there's just someone who has been holding it
Dying
in
to answer
and
it.
wait, like begging the other team to not get it so that they can demonstrate they have it.
Can I just briefly interrupt to say thank you to look at this amazing chat box. And I think 4 years of streaming, aggregate total chat box volume has been exceeded tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Back to you, Dave.
Yes, we are following the chat here and there. I'm just trying, if I follow the chat too closely, I don't hear when you say next, please. So I'm trying to do both.
The chat is legitimately putting on an at least as good show.
But anyway, I'm guessing Todd will be choosing on the back of his King Kong get.
Go for
Sure.
it.
I will. Could we have the milk bottle?
Milk bottle, yes. And to answer the chat, we do not have music questions because they are tough on Zoom and I'm terrible at music. But what would come forth in this sequence, Todd and crew?
Yeah.
Should we see another one?
Yeah, I feel like we should.
Yeah.
Next, please. It's a certain vibe.
I feel like
Okay.
these are
Use
the
anything.
restatements of something.
Yeah. If the next one is something like we're all gonna die, I have an idea of what it might be, but I don't want to.
Should we see it?
Mm,
Yeah, let's see it.
yeah.
Yeah, next, please.
Oh. Your invocation is audible. You can hear. I hear you pray. Oh. Life is a
These are the
mystery.
like a prayer. These are
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I hear
I hear you calling.
it feels like home.
Yeah.
It is very familiar.
Familiar how, Kelsey?
In a it
A
feels
domestic way?
domestic. Yes, thank
Domestically
you.
familiar. Here's how we've chosen to express it. It feels like
Yes, exactly.
home. Yes, this is in fact like a prayer, or rephrase so like a prayer. But I'm curious, Paolo, what did you think we were all gonna die was for?
Oh, that dies with me.
What?
It's
Got
either
it.
that or out myself as someone who knows a Rick and Morty quote, and I will not be doing that.
I
Keep that to
saw many
yourself.
seasons of Rick and Morty before I lost track, so no judgments. This is a safe
It was in
space.
an
Just
early
don't
one.
check
I
the
was like
chat.
16. Yeah.
We've all watched questionable shows when we were younger, Paolo, and for you that wasn't that long ago.
Speak for yourselves. I've always had great taste.
I also, for anyone else who hosts this, left a note that they can use of when you solve my quiz, it's like you get X points. So
When you solve my quiz.
Well done, Kelsey.
Thank
yes,
you.
very
Really
nice
good.
get there.
Yeah, good, Kelsey.
You can hear people circling. I feel like there was a lot of just saying out loud what you're thinking that triggers a lot of thoughts. So well done. Next up, Chugi, what would you like?
Let's try Otter.
Otter it is. What would come forth in this sequence?
So is this the team?
I was wondering, but I mean, I couldn't tell you. Beyond Caitlin Clark, I have very little.
Yeah. So get another one?
Yeah.
Next, please.
Definitely
You're
teams.
definitely in WNBA here. I don't
Um,
know what Wiccan Nurse means. Well, do you want to just assume
could
that
they be
it's going to
like
be?
draft picks or something? I
Yeah,
mean,
if-
if it's just Caitlin Clark, then we
So
just
do you want to say first Clark Fever?
That seems like the best possible. I don't see how we can do anything be more likely than that to be right.
if it's the most obvious thing, then that would be the most obvious.
Yeah.
Sounds good. First Clark parentheses Fever.
Unfortunately, that would not work here.
Damn.
So I'm going to turn it over and reveal the third clue to Kelso.
No.
Oh, so that's Sue Bird.
Hmm.
I still don't know who the fourth one would be in this series, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing it.
Anyone have a favorite player and team they'd like to guess? I'm completely blanking.
I mean, I can just guess someone.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Say it.
First, Reese Sky.
That would not work. So the
Are we
problem
going
you're all
reverse
doing is you're
chronologically?
what?
I was thinking we might be going reverse chronologically with something, but
No, so the problem you all have is you're assuming I know about sports, and I do not, despite now working at a sports company. This has nothing to do with the actual people. The first means the first letter. They're simply spelling out
WNBA.
WNBA.
God,
Wow.
really good.
But Caitlin Clark, very good guess for any sort of WNBA sequence, so I totally get it. But yeah, and I went with names that look like nouns just to make it a little more challenging. But you spotted Liberty right away, so no fooling you there.
all right. Well, nice question.
Good.
I can write a sports question that requires knowledge, but it's much harder. And you already saw the best I had as a music question, which was Madonna. So that's the limits of my reach.
I don't want to slow down the game. I'll just say I'll watch this back eventually to figure out how that question worked. But let's not waste valuable time by dwelling on it. All right. Pick Clary's pick.
Yes.
Kelsey, I think
Kelsey,
you're
bring
up.
us home.
Oh, what? Okay. The trans pride flag.
All righty. What would come forth in this sequence? First clue.
That when the Rise of the Guardians came out,
The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
maybe, or that freaking one with Jack Frost and that stuff.
Oh, is that a?
I forget. There's so many movies with Guardians in them. You're saying another?
Yeah. Next, please. Dawn of the.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah, that would have been Dawn of the Dead, not Shaun of the Dead, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be. Well, I don't know what the fourth one would
Like,
be.
Was it Day maybe?
But then
But I'm
what is the
not super.
series?
Yeah, it's hard to define. Have
Rise.
you seen another?
Yeah. Next, please.
Feels like War.
What was that? That was in 2017.
Something in the world.
Rise, Dawn, War.
5 seconds.
Do any of you have any idea what this is?
Not sure. Or you got like Fall something?
Like Fall Guy? I don't know. Oh no,
I
it
don't
must be
know.
of the I have no clue. A movie title that has the word that we're missing is fall, and then of the something, and then the year the movie came out.
That would not work for this one, but totally valid guess. What have you got for me, Chugi?
Could it be set as in the sun? Like, I mean, it could be Day of the Dead, that last George Romero, like Rise Day blank set. I feel like that's War though. So I don't get
War, yeah. So it's got to be Rise, and then I think Doc, and then War.
Doc.
But I'm not sure what the fourth thing would be.
But
What
wait,
is Doc?
could it be Shaun of the Dead?
I think
Yeah,
that's early. Okay.
earlier if the year is
Yeah.
the release year. Doc of the Dead.
That's what I thought was 2014, but I could be
I
wrong.
didn't know that was a thing.
But I got nothing as far as what Rise something War. I don't know where we're going with that.
Yeah, I don't see it.
The whole thing might be like a phrase that we're just not seeing.
It sounds like this one might be gone, but I see some G's in the chat, so we can, I think, turn over to them if everyone's okay with that.
Wow, that's a super team in the chat. Those 4 people.
Yes.
Booby Puppy, I'm not sure who that is, has gone with Of Heaven, which is exactly what I have here.
Days of
Wow.
Heaven? Oh no.
So you asked if that's when Rise of the Guardians came out, Paolo. No, Rise of the Guardians 2012, but Rise of the Planet of the Apes was 2011. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was 2014, and War of the Planet of the Apes was 2017. So this year we had Kingdom of the Planet
That's good.
of the Apes. So
Wow.
alternate prepositional phrases for the ape movies.
Wow, I literally
Nice.
had Rise, Dawn, War written down, and I still had absolutely zero clue.
You identified the exact movies. The problem is they were not those movies,
Right.
despite being those movies.
Hmm.
It's a toughie. To be fair, I wrote this question when the movie came out, so it gets, as you get further away, it gets progressively harder. But Chugi, you still have the final hedgehog if you would like it.
Of course.
Definitely would. This is the 20-pointer, right? Question? Let's do it.
Yeah, how much would you like to wager?
Whatever we have.
Let's make it a
One
true daily
pound.
sequence.
There we go.
Alrighty, here is your first. What would come forth in this sequence?
No idea.
Is that Ricochet? Glance?
Rubber sold Snoop.
Yeah, the Snoop has me. You want to get another one?
Yeah, we better. Yeah.
Sneaker.
Next, please.
Okay, so
I got
Okay,
the-
so that's with the
You-
man, the one-armed man.
Well, the fugitive.
It's
Well,
the
what was
fugitive, but the cover
well,
story is the
Alibi.
one-armed man.
Well,
Did
yeah,
it.
what was the name of that drug company? Is that maybe that's not it? The cover
Alibi,
story, is that-
fugitive, sneaker, ricochet.
Want to get another one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Next, please. Oh, so maybe it was criminal cover story is alibi fugitive. So maybe are we looking at like the Sue Grafton stuff here?
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Jason at the literal buzzer.
Okay, so if we have so
Oh, how about does it spell?
Ricochet
I think maybe it's
RF.
spelled Grafton. We have Graf.
AFTO.
There you go.
Oh,
That's what I was trying
wait,
to figure out.
DRAFTO. Just N at the end then?
Yeah.
And now
T-
comes
T is for
what exactly
trespassing.
will you
O is
see?
for right?
So it's just O.
No, I think we have GR, then AF, then TO, I assume, and then N. So like N is for noose or whatever that book
Yeah,
was.
let's just go with
That sounds
the
right.
noose.
Okay.
Or how
so
about N is for whatever the N book was in the Sue Grafton series.
Noose
I
I'll
will try
prompt you
that.
for a specific answer, Ben.
Oh my God. Do you
I
guys,
like-
I mean,
I think
nicotine would be such
I
a
think-
slow way to kill
I think
someone.
it's noose. Yeah.
I think
So,
it is noose.
a word for noose.
A word for noose or equivalent.
Hey,
My
Are you good
God.
with words, Ben? Remind me.
When I need to be.
My
Do I?
vocab Callaway. It's your
All
turn.
right, you can have it.
Oh my God.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
Nice for two. So
Um,
yes,
teamwork
this
there.
is how Sue Grafton spells her name.
Oh, gumshoe. Nice. Okay. Trespassing. We figured out. Okay. All right. So having contributed a millimeter of progress, I'm ending the stream.
But Jason, very nice crack on alibi
Oh,
graph. Not
that
only
was
going back
all
and getting alibi,
teamwork,
but
we-
realizing AF, of course, must be Sue Grafton.
But yeah, exactly. If you had, I mean, I got nothing because you said Sue Grafton. I was like, oh wait, that AF is Grafton AF.
what was holding me up before is that I thought it was the criminal cover story of Dr. or by Dr.
Right.
Richard. And once I saw
Exactly.
there was no preposition, I'm like, oh, these are two separate things. Both
And I
I'm
do-
literally
Grafton
like
now.
I do
trying
tend
to
to
come up
like
with,
paired clues that ends with a singleton because it's very hard to Hail Mary when you're going from 2 to 1. Good luck.
yeah. Well, if we had to figure out N was for noose and then some other letter was for something else, it would have made it even more like
Yeah.
unlikely to be correct, I guess. If we hadn't gotten noose, would you have thrown it over to the other team?
I think I would have given it to you because you had the full, it has to be N for Grafton. But I think some folks have tried other words without knowing specifically what's going on. So if you can explain everything that's going on and that you want the N word, the N title.
Don't call it that.
Yeah, I heard it. Anyway, we are done with the sequences round. We are 14 Kelso Paclari and 6 for Chugi Stardust.
And football
We now
squad.
move on to the game that inspired New York Times Connections, the what do we call it? The grid, the Connections grid. I believe, Ben, we'll be doing your team first so that you can do the breakout room share screen.
Okay, I am going to stop the share and
Not the share.
Yes, Kelsey is protesting share screen. Would you? I can move you over to a breakout, or should I move Kelso
here,
to a
assign
breakout room and
manually.
you keep you in the main one?
I have the create breakout room thing going here. Maybe, I think, sorry. If you can do it more ably than I can, then go for it.
Oh,
But
did
I
I get? I'm
assign,
not
oh wait, hang on. I
actually-
can assign Kelsey, Todd, and Paolo to a breakout room. I think that will work, hopefully.
Excellent.
Add room.
So you all just cool your heels and we'll bring you back. And
Are
then
you
when
all
you
seeing
solve the
that?
wall, we'll all be staring at you.
Are the three of you seeing the, like, something to click on to go to that room?
Not right now.
I'm not.
If you want to just keep us around while you guys solve them, we'd watch.
Yeah.
Just cover your
I'll
eyes
do
and
this.
ears.
Yeah.
I mean, I can plug my ears very, very convincingly.
Everybody in the chat is screaming at their computers how to, like, open all rooms. Wait, this might
Oh, there we
work.
go.
Ah, sorry.
All right.
Excellent.
Other than
Yeah,
by
for the jump.
clicking open all rooms, I couldn't figure out how to open all rooms.
All
Okay.
right.
Hey,
So
All
I
right, now,
will.
Dave, there are only a few dozen people watching if you want to secretly give us all the answers. I think we really need that. But otherwise, let's get a link and we will. Oh, wait, I'm sure you've already given it.
Oh no, it's the new link.
Right,
Because
yeah, no,
otherwise
yeah.
they'll see the grid.
The new,
Here it is in the chat.
yeah, right. I was, okay, got it. New link. Link in chat.
Yeah, how about this? For round 4, I'll tell you now what all the vowels are, but nothing else.
Awesome.
All right, I will open a new window. Oh yeah, we should have told them not to look at the stream, but I think.
No, it'll for them, they'll just see a blank screen because that's why you get a new link.
and we trust they're
putting it
not
on-
watching the
No,
Twitch.
I mean, I'm putting it on Twitch is my point.
Oh yes, that hopefully they know not to watch you solve it on Twitch.
I don't think it's gonna make a difference. I think, all right, it's all good. All right, hang on one sec. Now I have to share the new one. And it looks hopefully like, let's see, there's no buzzer on the new one. Let's try this and see if it works. Okay, I see our 4 names, so that's good.
Great, and you
Are
should see
you-
buzzer popping. Yes, I see it too. Great.
2, beautiful.
Are you also clicking BB?
Oh yeah, one of you should click because if 2 people click, it can cause some freezes apparently.
Okay, I'm happy to, unless someone else
Go
wants to.
for it.
All right, cool, let's do it.
All right, and for the chat, if you're probably all familiar, they'll see 16 clues in a 4x4 grid. They have to decide what 4 groups there are among them. There could be red herrings, there could be fake categories or phantoms, whatever. One thing that's different here compared to New York Times connections, there you have only 4 guesses total. Here you have infinite guesses for the first 2 groups, and then once you have 2 groups, you have 3 strikes left for the remainder. So if you see people clicking and wondering why they're throwing away their guesses, that's why. I'm particularly proud of this grid, and I'm looking forward to seeing your faces when it pops up. So if everyone's ready,
Oh,
I'll
boy.
pop open the grid. You have 3 minutes. Here you go.
Wow.
All right, we
Quick,
got
I'm
everyone
really member of our
colored.
team.
This is a bad one for her, BZ,
Yeah.
who is
Right?
colorblind.
Is
All
this
right,
like
well,
cyan? I don't know. Okay, Ben, are there any of them that you're having trouble reading? That's a fair question.
I can read them all, but you
Okay.
can, if
I
you say
did
the
not
word
know
in
that
the
would be an
color,
issue. I apologize.
We're
if you
playing
say the
under
word in the
protest.
color, it may help spark something at least.
All good. It's all good. We just need to
Okay.
make some progress, I guess.
The fact that Poe is there and purple makes me think that there might be a Kung Fu Panda thing going on.
could be rivers as well.
That's true.
The Keystone State, the Bluegrass State, the what else? Not seeing much.
Nutmeg,
No, oh yeah, Nutmeg State.
an
That's
empire.
Connecticut.
Oh,
Empire,
that's
of
great.
course.
Yeah, Empire. Very
Beautiful.
nice.
All right, are we done? Okay, fennel minus L is, an herb or whatever. That's not getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
There's a word one somewhere.
I feel like it's add a letter based on Sue
Yeah.
and D.
Brian,
Sour,
Ewan McGregor.
deep blue. No, what color?
Wait.
No, that's wrong. What color is,
Well, soup deep. That's pretty pop. I mean, that's
what color
pretty-
is D?
D is like a pinkish
Dark.
Just try
red.
D Wan Po Su or psych. I don't know. D pink. D. Yeah.
Well, these all are. If you
Okay.
add a P at the end, these are all words. I mean, I don't know if that's kind of
Right. Reap pop
Right.
soup D, but that didn't work.
What's wavy? What's buck? Pearl S buck. There's something that comes before or after. Maybe some. Nah. I want this to be Ewan McGregor, like Brian, someone, Drea De Matteo, etc.
Yeah, that could be. I feel like the
Maybe.
colors have to come into play here, though.
right?
Um, God,
Bold face, souffle. I mean, a lot of these can start words.
sure.
Could you just like say the names and the words and the colors for
We've
me
got a
just
blue
to spark things?
spa. We've got kind of a dark blue bordering
Okay, hang on.
purple,
Wait,
wavy.
could wavy be navy blue?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's nice.
absolutely.
Wonton,
Yeah, there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
good, good.
Yeah,
gold, gold.
gold.
Ryan Cyan.
There you go. All right.
You have
Okay.
two,
Well,
you
we
have
got
three
17
strikes.
seconds left. I think it's random time. All
Well,
suggestions accepted.
well, stick to the ones that look like add a letter. Just cycle
Okay,
through
all right,
those.
that's fine. Pop, reap, deep, soup. I think we're out of
The grid
guesses.
has frozen, but you got two, and you'll get
Okay.
2 points immediately for those, and another point for every category you can identify.
Do we get points for good intentions?
Not in this game, but maybe somewhere.
Maybe
I've
in
seen the
life.
good place.
Maybe in life. Okay.
All right, so first category, what connects these four things?
They are nicknames of states, U.S. states.
But to quote Jason, I feel like the colors have to come into play.
Is it like the flag color or something?
Well, Kentucky's red. Oh, is that
Sure.
Monopoly colors?
Orange.
Yeah, New York is orange,
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
That's it.
Connecticut's blue.
Yeah, that's what
and
it is.
Pennsylvania's green.
These are the state nicknames for Monopoly properties.
That's what I was
Wow,
thinking.
most people actually never get from we found the group to it must be Monopoly. So kudos, that came to you immediately.
Well, I knew that Kentucky was a red state, but I didn't think there were going to be four politically meaningful colors.
Yes. This also could have helped folks in yesterday's Learned League, I believe, where there was a state question.
Oh,
But anyway, second category, wavy, wan, bold, and Ryan.
These are
Change
the
the
letters
letter.
are in colors that can be spelled by changing the first letter.
That is exactly right. You named them all: navy, tan, gold, and cyan. You actually said cyan right away, Ben.
I was
Yeah.
looking for the
Because
CMYK,
it
and
was-
I only got 25% of the way there. Unfortunately, I mean that would have been a dead giveaway. There's no way you would do that.
Yeah.
And
cyan,
before I'll resolve the others, but I'll say before the green can alter how the colors look a bit. So if you wanted to describe the colors to Ben Zimmer before I resolve and the green shows up, that's probably a good idea.
Ra is definitely blue. Poe is a purplish pink. Sue or Sow is an orangish.
Yeah, yeah.
Fennel green. Rhea is red. Buck. I'm not really sure what that is. Kind of like a very light.
That's like a pearl. I want it to be Pearl S Buck, but I don't know. Maybe.
That could be Pearl S Buck. I like that thinking because that could be a pearl color.
Not seeing a lot of other last names there.
Let's finish off
Yeah.
the colors and then I'll do the resolve and see if
Okay,
that
D,
helps.
D is red and Rose is like orangey yellow, gold.
Yeah.
Okie doke. We have now resolved. So here are the categories. You can now feel free to go in whichever order
Ruby
you like.
D, Pearl Buck. So it is first name colors.
See, that's
Ruby
great.
D, Pearl Buck. That's
Yeah.
so yeah.
Well spotted.
That is enough for the point, but I'll ask, can you even be more specific?
Women.
Or gemstones or something.
They are all gemstones.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
So emerald, fennel, or fennel, pearl S buck,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said
yeah.
ruby D. The last one often trips people up, and I feel like someone in the chat said they had 3 of one group and couldn't find the 4th. Amber rose.
Oh wow,
That is a good one.
wow. I knew
the-
Emerald was the person's first name after you said it, but I couldn't spit it out.
And the one that didn't make this category would have been Jasper Johns because I decided to keep it all lovely women.
Wow.
And then last one, Spa, Po, Sue, and Ray, or however you'd like to pronounce them.
Well, 3 of these you can add a P. Do you guys have any? Do we have a theory on this? I can't remember. I mean, this is like a word thing, I guess, right?
I'm trying to add a letter to make it work, but I don't know how the colors line up though. You said Sue was orange.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the colors have to come into play, right?
Yeah, the colors are going to come into play, but I'm
Okay. I have a guess. Isn't Poe like one of the, what do you call it, like with Tinky Winky and whatever? Is that?
It
Oh.
is, yeah. So it's a
But do they all have?
Teletubby,
These are the
but Tinky Winky
four
is the
colors?
purple one. Tinky Winky is the purple one, not Poe.
I think we're not close, so I'm going to guess this one's going to go dead, which is fine. I think it's the hardest group in the set. It is add a letter, but you add different letters because these are the starts of a certain set of 6 colored objects, actually, that if you look behind me at the various comic books, these are the
Avengers-
Infinity Gems.
Infinity Stone. Yeah, when you said 6, I was like, oh, it's that thing
Damn it.
with Josh Brolin or whoever.
So space, power, soul, and reality.
I can't believe I missed that. I see it now. It's so
Interestingly, by
obvious
the way,
now.
if you allow SO instead of soul, 4 of the Infinity Gems start with notes of the scale. Just an odd little thing I found while researching this question.
Wow.
But you got 2 groups and you named 3, so you get 5 points on the grid, which I think is a toughie. So believe me, very respectable. I've seen a few games where it goes rough.
Considering it took us like half the time to even find a group, I guess we should be happy with 5.
Yeah,
I think it's very solid.
Though.
With that, Ben, do you want to bring back stop the share screen?
But yeah, stop the share.
And then
stop the
close
share
this
before
window
she
entirely,
changes
and I'll send
closing.
you the new link so you can share the new link.
Okay, close all rooms. Does that sound
Yes.
like okay? But it won't end the stream. That would be
No, do not end the stream.
okay. They've been given 60 seconds. I'm being told to leave their breakout. All right, Jason, do a tight 30 seconds.
Well, we have a
We're
raid.
being raided in the chat, by the way.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, beautiful. Raffles. Thank you for the raid. I love that. Raffles a lot. Everybody should check out Raffles stream. He's a very funny guy.
And if the Raffles folk want to watch a connections grid, we took down the window, I think, just in time.
That was more than 3 minutes.
We were planning your
Well, there was
surprise
not
party.
3 minutes of playing. There was 3 minutes more
A lot
time
of chit-chat.
If you say so.
Okay, I just closed the grid lest I accidentally share the answers, but is it
You should now have a new link that Ben you can go
exactly
to
what I was wondering.
share newly.
Share. All right, we'll knock out this new one. All right, my name will be in there because it has to be.
Where's the new link?
In the chat?
Oh, is it?
It probably shows up as just my computer.
Got it.
Yeah, it's in the Zoom chat, not the Twitch chat, of course.
Okay, so
Yes.
yes. In there.
Gotta share. Sharing the one without the buzzer, that's my like sophisticated technique. Let's see if this works.
To my esteemed team members, I've never been the clicker for doing the grid. So, Paolo, have you ever been the clicker?
All right, I've clicked like once or twice, so I'd be down too.
Okay, because
Please, Paulo, we would appreciate it.
don't
All
trust
right.
myself.
All right.
Sweet.
Then there's a bit of extra stuff going on in this grid, so have fun, but you just get your normal 3 minutes.
What does
So
that mean?
good luck.
My
Here we
God,
go.
I'm frightened. Okay. Emerald Fennel is a person.
Ruby D,
Ruby D.
Amber Rose,
Amber Rose. Redria, Cyan, Ryan. Oh, I mean, Cyan and Ryan are one letter. I'm just
Pearl
gonna
Buck.
Pearl Buck, beautiful. Okay, we also got Cyan, Gold, Tan, and the fourth one. Navy probably would be the fourth one.
Oh, with Wavy, yeah.
Okay, so we could probably hold those.
Okay.
We got some state nicknames, so like
Empire
Empire
State,
Bluegrass, not
yes.
really.
Keystone.
What would the
Keystone.
colors be?
It could be.
Pennsylvania, New York. And it's Bluegrass. Is that Kentucky?
I mean, that could just be. I mean, do you think we need to account for that if that is a group?
Maybe. We could spend some time thinking about the groups because it looks like the Spa, Poe, Sal, and Rhea are going to be like, you add something at the end. So we can definitely probably think about it.
I'm gonna really embarrass myself here for a second.
Yeah.
Are Spa, Poe, Sue, and Rhea Infinity Stones?
Oh my God. Wait, yes, they are. Okay, gorgeous. All right. So we can think about what we want to do the states because we feel good about those.
Yeah. I mean,
I think It would have to be
I mean, are we
right?
overthinking this? I mean,
Maybe. But it feels weird for like the three of them to be motivated by color and then the fourth one to be stuff. You know? I don't know. But
Right.
it's also possible. Yeah. So, all right.
I mean, do you want to just try it? And if we get prompted,
Yeah. Does Pennsylvania have anything green that is worth?
the the Phillies mascot.
Oh, I
I
don't mind it.
the fanatic.
Yeah. Should we just cross that bridge when we get there?
I think so.
Okay,
Maybe
sweet.
we can tap dance it.
All right.
All right, you have solved the grid. And you have thought a lot about the grid, so this should be fun. All right, so you get 4 points automatically. You can get one more for every category you name, and if you get them all, you get the perfect 10. So what's going on?
The first category are people whose first name is a gem, and the word is the color of the gem.
Exactly right. You didn't even need to know the gem part, but I would have prompted you for fun, so you got there all on your own. And yes, Amber Rose is the one people have a lot of trouble spotting because A, Rose is a different color, and B, she's, I think, possibly a lower echelon than the rest of these.
I wouldn't compare her to Pearl Buck, no.
She, unlike Ruby D, was not at the March on Washington, or at least not that
Exactly.
one. Anyway, next up, Spa, Po, Ree, and Sue. I think
So
Kelsey's going to be saying this one.
These are the beginning of what's his face? The Infinity Stone guys, Infinity
Yes.
Stones.
You say you're
And
embarrassed, but I have it right here.
the
so
color of is it the color? I'm assuming it's the color of the rock.
it is the color of the MCU version of the stone, yes.
Is there another version?
They actually changed some of the colors from the comic books. I believe Mind is blue in the comics, and some other little changes here and there.
Sure.
But they kind of cobbled it together after the movies had started, so they worked with what they had.
Got it.
But yes, as a note that I shared with the other team also, interestingly, if you allow SO for soul, 4 of the gems start with notes of the scale, which is just kind of an odd coincidence. Ray, so, me for mind, and T for time.
Spa.
The spa note is my favorite because I am not musical.
Yes.
All right, I see Paolo thinking deeply about category 4, but first, what's going on in the third?
What? If you change the first letter of the word, you get the color that the word is in.
Exactly right. I think you said them all, gold, cyan, tan, and navy. As a note, there's one true red herring in this grid, which is Rhea, which could be either reality stone or the color red when you change the last letter. So there is, in fact, a red herring.
Clever.
Last one. Someone has to say it.
Like if the Empire State is New York, there is Syracuse, New York is the orange. Could these be related to sports teams that are related college sports teams in those states?
Oh,
I don't know.
I like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is the nutmeg state?
It's Connecticut.
Oh.
I'm not
That
really sure what
feels
color
right.
that's supposed to be. I'm a little
Yeah, I'm down to go for it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like big green, big red are like
are these state nicknames?
Yes. What else can you tell me, Todd?
Do I need to tell you more?
If I told you no, you'd be shocked that these weren't state nicknames. But you're gonna have to commit to what the rest of your guess is.
Sports teams.
You want to go with sports teams?
They are not sports teams.
Okay.
There are a lot of things that can work for one of these, like you mentioned, the Fanatic Green, the Orange Men. But the one thing that connects them all is you can buy things with these names on a Monopoly board where they are these colors.
oh,
Connecticut is the light blue.
Okay.
What?
okay.
Keystone,
good.
Pennsylvania green,
Yeah.
Kentucky
That's-
red. So
Okay.
That is Connecticut blue.
These are properties of these colors on a Monopoly board. Then
they are properties, yes. But unfortunately, I'm not on your team, so I don't think you get that point anymore.
no. I understand.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just
I thought you were just
reiterating
what. But you got 7, which is a very strong performance on this. So with that, we will end the grid and we can go back to the original link everyone was using for the first 2 rounds.
So the
Well,
scoring system you use, Dave, is based on which team got the Monopoly thing and which.
yeah, exactly. That's our moral victory right there. We got one they
Absolutely.
Is
didn't.
it a moral victory to get
That's
the
all we-
board
that's all we
game
need.
question?
Yeah, that was I played Federer and he double faulted and I won a point moment.
But to let everyone know, Chugi got 5, nailing the Monopoly category, I will say.
Oh, yeah. Hell
Well
yeah.
done.
Our first one,
And
in fact.
7 for Kelso, putting us at 21 to 11. But in this next round, anything is possible. For folks who don't know the full only
Theoretically,
this is called only consonant, or missing vowels, only consonants, depending on whether you want to be IP compliant or not. In this,
mean, you're
we'll
the
give you,
lawyer.
I will share the category of 4 things, but I will then present those 4 things without the vowels and with the spaces messed up. And the teams have to buzz in. This is the only round where you're racing against each other. And you have to read letter for letter what it will say when the vowels are added back in. Also, because I have a bunch of, we only do 3 rounds of these in the COQL, but I had enough that I made 5. So we have a total of 20 points up for grabs in this one. And as a reminder, if you buzz in and get something wrong, you'll lose a point and the other team has a chance to steal with no risk. So
Sure.
with
We'll do a
that,
buzzer
Alright.
test.
oh yeah, everyone can do a buzzer test before we get started. Kelsey, Ben, Todd, Paolo, Jason, also Ben. And if we run out of time, that's me. And please remind me if I forget to reset the buzzer after a question before I put up the new one. With that, we will not be updating the scores during this. I'll keep track in the interface, but otherwise we'll find out at the end. So the first category is things I am too sexy for. First clue. Paolo.
My love.
My love is correct.
I was afraid to say it, but that was my theory.
It's very sad to be too sexy for your love, honestly.
I mean, honestly, I don't think we have any. I mean, for us to hold back at this point would be absurd.
Here you go. What am I too sexy for? Kelsey.
Your party?
I'm too sexy for your party. Third one. Paolo.
Milan, New York, and Japan.
All 3, yes. And last one for this category. Paolo.
This song.
Yes. He's put himself into a real box that way, honestly.
I was waiting for the cat one, but no, it never came.
I had to try and make them a little varied.
I was waiting for my shirt, but I guess that was way too obvious.
I was also waiting for that one.
That was
I actually am perfectly fine with my shirt, to be honest. It's a very good shirt. Next category is 4 things that you should never say. Here's the first. Paolo.
The Scottish play.
I guess it's okay to say.
Nice.
I thought you're supposed to only say the Scottish play.
But that's what I'm saying instead of what you should be saying. Shouldn't be saying. Next one up. Paolo.
You must not be named.
Thank God. We're okay so far. Third. Ben.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Do you know what it's from?
Some character like dies when they say that.
In the movie Scream, it is one of the things that gets you killed.
Oh, nice.
Right,
of course. That makes sense.
And the last one. Jason.
Never again.
Never say never again.
Ah, there you go.
Terrible
for Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
We survived the category, everybody. It's going to be okay. And we have Zach joining.
I love the Scottish play. That was a nice answer. So Sean Connery apparently said he would never play James Bond again. And then when they eventually changed his mind, they made a Bond movie called Never
Say Never. Yeah. So Zach, we're just doing the vowels round. If you'll be joining, I guess you can join Chugi.
Oh, is Zach here? I love that. Sorry if I didn't realize it.
He just joined during that last category.
Hello.
Welcome, Zach. Give you a proper introduction in a sec.
Yes. But shall we see the third?
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Can we get Zach a buzzer, please?
Set it and forget it. Here's the first. Ben.
Expectations and your towel.
Expectations and your towel.
Oh, good
Never
one.
forget your
Nice.
towel.
Oh.
Is
All
that like a
right,
phrase
number
for
2.
something?
It's Hitchhiker's Guide, I believe.
Two
Okay.
separate.
Yes, set expectations. Don't forget your towel.
Got it.
Here's the second. All right, I think this one. all
I think we
dead.
all had the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set fire to the rain.
Oh,
And ceremony.
Wow.
nice.
Good.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Here is the third. Ben.
And alarm and me not.
Set an alarm and forget me.
Wow.
Nice.
Very good.
Very good. And last one of this category. Ben Z.
The record straight and where you left your keys.
Exactly right.
Nice.
I'm thinking,
Nice.
is everyone now thinking, where are my keys?
Oh my god. That second one was a bear.
Second one is tough. But I'm sure this next one will be much easier. Please replace some body parts in film titles with the bones.
All right.
Here is the first. And for those in the chat, this is the kind of nonsense we do in the vowels round a lot. It's a lot. Here you go. Ben Bass.
Vertebrae to the future.
Back to the Future, vertebrae. Very good. So hopefully folks get what we're doing here, because here's another one. Paolo.
5 phalanges of death.
Instead of 5 fingers of death. Very good. Third.
Oh, I got it. Oh, yeah.
Ben.
Orbits wide shut.
Orbits for eyes
Nice.
wide shut. Paolo did so many faces during that one. My goodness.
I
mean,
thought it was
it's like-
orbital, which is why I was like, ugh.
I was like, where is the bone in this thing?
Next up, and last one of this particular category. Paolo.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Sternum.
Sorry, we're looking for Caribbean. I'm totally wrong. Yes, dead man's chest becomes sternum. I'm a little demented. I love these.
No, those are awesome. Those are I would like, those are so much fun. And there was one I was waiting for, which I won't say in case you have spares.
I actually don't have spares because I use all 5 categories for the actual
Yeah,
interview.
there's like 20 of these. Do you want more?
But yeah,
Um,
right.
But we do have a 5th and final category. It's another changer, but I think it's a little less. It's a bit of a cool down from the bones. This is change a letter in something to make it into hired help. Here is the first. Paolo.
Treble chef.
From Treble Clef, correct.
Oh, I thought it was tribal chief.
It's
Whoa.
interesting that that works, but not for the category. Next up. Paolo.
I can't believe it's not Butler.
That's what I say when we figure out who the murderer is.
I was waiting for the word butler and I still had zero clue what the hell.
I had it, but he's fast.
And third, we have 2 more. Here you go. Jason.
Sherpa dragon.
Say again?
Sherpa dragon.
I don't think that works, but you can convince me afterwards once Kelso takes a try. All right. I think that one's probably going to go dead. If anyone's a fan of King Arthur, you might know Uther Pendragon.
Uther Pendragon.
Oh, Usher
yeah.
Makes
Pendragon.
Usher.
Oh,
Usher. Oh my god. As soon as Jason said
Sherpa was
Sherpa,
so good, yeah.
I was convinced that Sherpa was right.
Yeah, I had to think like, I don't think I can make it a change letter, but Sherpa's a really good find there. It is help.
Yeah.
Any other once and future king stands out there?
And then last one of the game. So remember, this is worth 30 points.
Oh,
Ben Z.
Bob Marley and the Waiters
Yes.
for 30
Nice.
points.
Ben, you outflicked me. Great job.
There we go. So totals there with a couple dead. It was 10 points for Kelso and 7 for Chugi. 7 against Paolo and Val's round. I'm envious
Exactly.
already.
Yeah,
Very
we'll take it.
impressive.
Yeah.
10-7, losing 10-7 to Paolo is like winning 30-6 against most teams.
Oh
Yeah,
God. Whole
honestly.
team effort. 100%.
Yeah. Oh,
Here in the chat
Kelsey
notes that-
crushed the wall. The chat all
Up.
Kira in the chat notes that AIDE, AIDE would also be probably a very usable change a letter for that last category, but I don't think I ever came across that one. So that's a good note for spares. That's it for me.
Okay, if that's the,
Nice,
I
great
wasn't
match.
gonna
Thank you so much, David.
share.
No, great meeting the folks I haven't met before, and I hope you had fun. You all did, frankly, fantastic. 31-18 is wild.
Oh, this is so much fun. It's so
Very
much
fun.
Good
David.
stuff all around.
great questions. Everybody played super well. Literally everybody had a bunch of like good moments. That was awesome. And welcome to Zach Sherwin, host of the Crossword Show, epic rap battles of history, I believe. Zach, hello.
Hi, thanks for having me. Ben, we've interacted a bunch of times, but I don't think we've ever actually seen each other's faces. So it's a pleasure.
Exactly. Likewise. I'm so glad to have you here for your debut on the stream. With a final tip of the hat to Dave Harris for that awesome game. The second half of tonight's programming is a cryptic crossword that Ben Zimmer and Zach Sherwin recently wrote for AVCX.
Woohoo.
Formerly the Onion Age Club, American Values crossword. Yeah, so everyone is welcome to stay, and we'll take our shot. Now, I glanced at a couple of the crossword clues earlier. It didn't look like it was like insanely difficult, although not easy. So kind of a good difficulty level for a general AVCX audience, and also for us, I think it's probably fair to say.
Ben, it's all right. I'm going to just vanish for 1 minute because my husband arrived home during the game, so I'd like to say hello so he doesn't think I'm just dead in here.
No
But
worries.
I'll be back for the puzzle in 30 seconds.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to jump, but have a great time.
Kelsey, you were
great,
absolutely
Kelsey.
Incredible stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
very impressed. Yeah, thanks for jumping in.
I will see most of you at some point later.
Yeah, we will see you around the bend.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Can I say that was just such a good game. Well, let's see. Dave will be back in a sec. Ben, Zach, is there anything we should know about your puzzle? Or maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you co-wrote a cryptic crossword.
Yeah. How did it all start, Zach?
Well, first I got to compliment you on your background, Benny Zims. It's very futuristic and really sets the tone.
I always have
It's
to
kind
have
of
my
Tron.
River 10 safe space here. Yes.
Yeah, kind of Tron gives a little Tron. I
you.
think Ben
And
and
I
I.
A friend.
Oh,
Oh,
T-Rex.
great.
I promised props earlier.
Is that the only emoji you have from the game?
With me tonight, yes.
Ben brought me into the Scripps National Spelling Bee fold, so I've been there the past couple of years. And at the bar one night, after everything wound down, he was showing me a cryptic he was working on, and I started like a eager little brother. Like when we got back to our respective coasts or home cities, I was texting Ben like one-off cryptic clues, and eventually he was like, man, maybe we should just try and make these into a puzzle. So I think that's how it came about. Does that work for you then?
Sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, at the time I was, I think, finishing my cryptic debut for AVCX, which was earlier this year. That tracks, I think, because it came out in like early June, and Zach and I were at the spelling bee for Bee Week in late May. Zach is now like the the entertainment, the superstar that
The
gets
warm-up guy in between. They were going,
Kids
I
love
guess, say about it is that they were going to commercial breaks after some incredibly talented, hardworking kid got knocked out of the bee, and it was just quiet. And so, I don't know, I wasn't privy to the meeting, but Ben put my name forward as someone who could come on in between and just, on the commercial breaks.
And now he has to come back every year to, entertain the kids. So anyway, but yeah, in our off time, we started talking about cryptic clues, And a few of the ones that Zach threw my way ended up becoming the seeds for the crossword that you'll be solving now.
I love
I
it.
want to just say a quick hi to Zach. I haven't seen you in over 20 years. We used to write together for a TV show called Late Night Snack with Andrew Slack. And then Zach went on to write much, much cooler
This is
things.
at Brandeis?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, you remember that?
God, whoa, hi man. We'll follow up
Yeah,
separately, but
absolutely.
great one.
This is a
Great.
Brandeis
Yeah,
connection, I'm
that was a
assuming, right?
Brandeis
Okay.
connection. Yeah,
All right.
completely
Yes.
independent of this. Just shows you how small the world is. And then, you know,
Wow.
Well,
I'm
to see you
terrified
too,
now.
Jason.
My husband was a Brandeis grad, and I'm terrified that you three might all
No
know each
kidding.
other.
Let's go.
we very much might.
Go Judges.
wow.
The food stations in the cafeteria had inconsistent legal puns, but like the main entree station was called Sustained because of Brandeis and the Supreme Court connection, obviously. And the drink station was called Thirst for the Truth, and the dessert station was called appetizers were called Opening Arguments, but then dessert was just called Dessert. It was maddening.
Yeah, Jason, as a quick side note, I had to see a specialist doctor for a minor thing some years ago, and yeah, he went to Brandeis with Jason. So
And Zach.
yeah, and Zach, exactly.
And of course, Zach and Paolo have a connection as well. If you want to, Paolo's been a part of the Crossword Show operation, right?
Very big
Yeah,
fan.
that's right.
Came out to see it in Boston. It was wonderful.
You sure did. I host a show called The Crossword Show, and we have 6 installments of it so far. And for each one, we work with a different constructor recommended by the previous one in kind of a game of telephone. And after Winna Lou built the grid for our 4th show, she was like, Paolo's your next guy. And Paolo built an incredible grid with a really, really cool theme that opened up a lot of fun stuff. And it turned out to be the show that I wrote during the pandemic. And boy, did I have a lot of time on my hands. So it's always great to be interacting with Paolo because I've spent so much time contemplating his work. Nice to see you again, buddy.
Great seeing you too. I think I have the grid from that show somewhere around here, but oh, wait. Oh, boom. Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Close at hand.
Right on the mantle.
Excellent.
Good. Really good show. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that show post-pandemic when Zach came back through New York to Caveat. That was an amazing show. Epic.
Yeah. Zach, are you ever coming to Chicago, by the way?
We really, really want to, but it's kind of a production to do the show. My co-producer lives in the Bay Area. I'm in Los Angeles. There's some tech involved. So I think the answer is yes. God willing, we'll get to Chicago soon. And, I'll make sure you're on the guest list, Ben.
No, please. It would be my honor to pay for a ticket. But hang on. Let's not lose sight of the fact that your shows, or at least some of them, can be viewed online. And do you not have a show this very Saturday, Zach?
Yes, we do. We're performing the Crossword Show. It's our first installment. So the grid is by Will Nediger. We're doing it at our home theater in LA, which is called Dynasty Typewriter. It's a really beautiful space. And for the second time ever, we're live streaming a show. So they have a really great camera setup, and we have deemed it adequate to our perhaps too high standards. But you care about a thing, you want it to be presented in the right light. So yeah, it's this Saturday night. And if people who are watching this hit me up, I'll just get you the buddy link for the live stream. This is this is like an insider community. So if anybody's interested in that, follow up with me in any of the many ways that you can follow up with someone these days. And I'd be happy to do that. But yeah, this Saturday night, December 7th.
I dropped the link in the chat for that show for tickets for in real life and for the live stream. And Booby Puppy, aka Bob Weiss, says in the chat that he was at the last one in real life. And he deems it adequate.
Hi, Bob.
So high praise from Booby Puppy in the chat.
Yeah, I cannot wait to check out your show. Happily, there's a thing at Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago. The great Brian Darcy James 5-time Tony nominee, was nice enough to do a Saturday afternoon perf so that in turn, Saturday night, we could catch Zach's show. So a good cultural day. And with
Just
that,
occurred to me that a fourth rendition that I know Zach and I both know, and probably Dave's husband, was Mike Kaplan, who's a comedian and was the answer to a crossword clue in USA Today several years ago, because he spells his name MYQ, and trying to make that into something that you can connect things to is very difficult. But I remember USA Today pulled it off somehow.
I met Mike Kaplan at one of Zach's shows.
Amazing.
And Mike and I were also judges for the Simmies, the annual Palindrome Awards. We've both served as judges on that. It tells you all you need to know about Mike. But Zach and Mike are old pals. Yes.
Yeah. Before I was a co-writer with Zach, I was a co-comedy troupe member with Mike. So just funny how it all comes together.
These connections, amazing.
Todd, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point, but
Todd McClary, no relation.
Todd McClary smiling polite. Todd, I always peg you for a Brandeis guy, like low-key Brandeis.
Oh, I had brand cereal this morning, but I didn't go to Brandeis. Sorry.
Love it. Okay, is there anything else we should cover Brandeis-wise, wise, or otherwise? I mean, this is like equally entertaining, and yet we do, and I know Paolo is on borrowed time because of his cockle game. So
yes, in 1 minute.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Paolo, just tell those people to wait. Tell those people to wait an hour. I mean, this is, we can't give you up.
Oh man.
Well, as long as if you literally have 1 foot out the door, then before we start the Cryptic, I'll say, Paolo, thank you for joining us. Always love having you on the stream.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to this half, but I watched the VOD. I saw the crossword already though, and it's very good.
Thank you.
Great to see you, Paolo.
Great to see you.
All right, good seeing you.
Safe travels.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Love that guy. Okay, I am going to screen share this awesome, and I can say that very confidently, awesome cryptic crossword by.
I'm a little nervous.
Zach, wait here. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, with as few as 6 people, I can actually see everyone off to the side of my screen, which is nice. All right. The clock is ticking. We don't care about the clock. Should we give a brief, does somebody want to explain to those watching? It may be
I
that
can give it a
they're
shot.
watching this who aren't familiar with cryptic crosswords.
Sure. Sorry, you've heard from me a lot tonight already, but when a cryptic clue has 2 halves, one is just a straightforward definition of what goes in the grid. The other is called the wordplay half that will build or otherwise get you towards the answer using things like first period is actually a phrase meaning the letter P because it's the first of period. So you put P and you add to it with whatever the other phrases get you. So the clues will probably sound like actual phrases, but they're really 2 halves that are doing entirely different things to get to the same answer.
Every once in a while, those 2 parts may overlap.
Yes.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes, and if this was a variety cryptic, anything could happen.
Cool, you with us, audience? There are various types of there are various conventions that things that happen in cryptic crosswords that if you're a first timer, it might be a little daunting, but we'll explain the answers as we get them, if we get any of them. And
yes, we can all try and be good about explaining, filling in the gaps of the unspoken gaps of what we're solving as we go.
Okay, sounds good. Jason Meyerowitz, I know you're a hardcore trivia guy. Are you a cryptic person? I know.
Well, I went to the puzzle convention this past year for the first time, so I picked up on some of this. But I would say I'm definitely a novice compared to the rest of you.
Okay, Todd is a beyond expert puzzle maker and solver. Probably know your way around a cryptic. And
I'll do my best.
Yeah, you'll just do your best. Okay, should we I think, so some friends of our stream, speaking of Will Nediger, some of our friends stream crosswords Friday night, maybe monthly-ish, and I think they kind of rotate among the people who are there to try to solve. Should we do that? Does somebody want to take one across, for example?
I think I have an idea on one across.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know one across, but go for it, David.
So for folks who don't do cryptics much, the word naughty is what's called an anagrind or an anagram indicator, which means something next to it, you shuffle the letters, and that's what the wordplay is. So I think cafe offering matching an anagram for limerick is milk rice a thing?
I would say rice.
I would reverse the order of those words.
Sure, that makes more sense actually.
Yeah.
But I've had some delicious milk rice in my time.
Yes, yes, haven't we all?
They sound equally delicious.
Zimmer, are we maintaining poker faces here?
Yeah, well, while they're solving, if they, if they ask for any illumination,
Cool.
but I hadn't even thought about milk rice, but maybe there's a cafe out there that offers both rice milk and milk rice.
Thankfully, the crosses should help resolve that.
Yeah, I mean, if the answer is actually like Orangina, then this is too hard of a puzzle for me. But I
would like some purple stuff.
Yeah, I think rice milk's a good guess. I will, direct the cursor wherever people want to. I think I see one or two answers, but does anybody want to bump anywhere? Otherwise, I'm going to take one down. In a reversal.
Well, Ben, why don't you navigate?
Okay, sounds good. Now, wait, one other quick choice we can make. We can go to words like this or like this that don't have any letters showing, or we can use the letters that we have. I'm happy to do it either way.
I think to make sure we look good, if we've got a letter, let's use a letter.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the opposite, to make sure we look like
oh, no, that only works if we then get them.
Like hit a bunch of half-court shots. Exactly. All right. Well, all right, fine. In that spirit, one down. In a reversal, John Roberts admits having new faith. So as Dave indicated earlier, these are wordplay clues where half of the answer is the definition, half of the clue is the definition of the answer, which will come either at the beginning or the end of the clue. And then the balance of the clue is some wordplay means of getting to the answer. So in this case, in a reversal describes something that happens frequently in cryptic crossword clues, which is words being spelled backwards. So within the words John Roberts, we see the word reborn backwards, R-E-B-O-R-N, spanning the two words. And admits is sort of a way to say that it includes it or it encompasses it, admits it. And then having new faith is reborn.
Nice.
Well done.
I was trying to do something with CJ or Chief, so yours is much better.
Yeah. Todd McClary, you want to take one? Anything jumping out at you?
I admit that I'm the type, these are old eyes of mine. So you can just put it on any clue, and once I see the larger thing in the
to make it more legible, is it okay? I can try to make this bigger, maybe a little bit. Okay.
The clues on the side are too small to read.
Well, yeah, the clues on the side are crazy small. That is true. I don't know if it's possible to make those bigger, but.
Okay, so we have Mr. T. Shy baffled around the origin of his routines. I think we have another anagram going on here, baffled, indicating to mix up MRT-SHY, but we also have the origin of his. That is a single letter indicator for the letter H, and that's about, so the H in the middle of all of those other letters. And so I think the synonym of routines that works below that would be rhythms.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Okay.
All right, I love it. So yeah, we're already seeing kind of a little bit of a variety. The origin of or start of, exactly as Todd said, the first letter of a word. There's different ways to get the letters a clue writer needs, and that's one way. Jason Meyerowitz, no pressure, but is there anywhere I should direct us?
I'm still trying to see if any of them speak to me. So why don't you jump to somebody else first?
I think I've got 4 down, and I'd like to be the one to offer it.
Please do.
Starts to, as we've said, can indicate the beginning. And here it's going to be the beginning of a lot of things. If the first letters of loosen up by enhancing slickness is going to be lubes.
And Dave Harris, can you tell me the exclamation point?
The exclamation point, I can't remember what it's called, but it's what's the term? It's when the entire clue works for both the definition and the wordplay. So lubes as a verb is also can mean start to loosen up by enhancing the slickness of whatever you're dealing with. So what's the term for the exclamation point?
And
Seth?
lit.
And lit.
And lit, yes. Like ampersand lit, right?
Ampersand lit. Is that
And
because it's like
literally.
and literally?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Let
Okay,
me take a shot. Can I
yeah, please.
a shot at 6 down?
Absolutely.
So it looks like actor Hugh Jackman's spoken tone. So spoken, I think, means that we're looking for a phonetic thing here. So Hugh would be Hugh Jackman, and then if you're looking for a synonym with tone, that would be HUE instead of just HUGH. So HUE would be what they're looking for here.
Nice.
Nicely
Very
done.
nice.
Yeah. And when we see like we hear or broadcast or spoken, that is like a homophone or homonym indicator. I don't know whose turn it is, but I'll take 2 down. Spiteful, cold little lawyer. These are like, it's like a triple redundancy.
Hey now.
But yeah.
Ben
so
is a
there-
lawyer for those listening.
Well, yeah. Dave, Dave, or I could have taken this one. Cold could be the letter C, like on your faucet. There are many, many ways to get a single letter into a cryptic crossword clue. So in this case, C is cold. I mean, single letters could be like the name of an element. It could be a Roman numeral. It could be many things. But in this case, C for cold, and little lawyer or a short way of saying attorney would be ATTY. And that gets us to the definition, which is spiteful for the word caddy.
Very nice. I think I have 9 across,
Yeah.
but I don't have the wordplay part yet. So maybe folks can help me get there. Comfy garment, I want to be bathrobe.
I want that too.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at this yet, but it sure looks.
I think we're having
Oh.
It's throb inside
Yes.
of bay.
Quiver meaning throb, swaddled in bay. Very nice.
Wow. Wow. Ben and Zach flashing.
this is
a lot of
Zach's.
style.
This is
Yeah.
one of
These are gorgeous clues.
Yeah, these are great.
Zach came up with the bathrobe one, and that was one of the seeds for the puzzle. Yes, great clue.
Very nice.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, honestly, in that corner, you have quite a night planned.
There's a lot going on there. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and we took milk rice out of the grid.
Yeah.
Okay, I forget if it's anyone's turn. Or are we just kind of like trying to rotate? 3 down is it really looks like something.
I'll take 3 down.
Okay.
Okay, so the clue: confectioner. Green light, gooey treat. This is a charade. So we'll start with a famous brand name candy confectioner. That is the Mars company. So that's MARS. Is literally HM, and green light as a verb would be to allow something, and that gives you a gooey treat, which is a marshmallow.
You know, we do all these charades, and then just means HM. They zig when we thought they were zagging.
Well explained, Todd. And look at this great clue and answer. This is
It's a great connection of the confectioner Mars and a sweet treat, gooey treat marshmallow. Yes,
very nice.
I love that. And for the trivia file, the candy M&Ms is Mars and Murray, Murrie. I think like maybe the son of like maybe the Mars confectionery founder like went off on his own with his buddy Murray and ended up creating a monster hit all of his own. If I have that wrong, I'm sure someone in chat is already like fixing my trivia like flaws. I'm sort of like trying to watch the grid and listen to the explanations, and I'm sort of like I haven't like looked at a lot of clues that we haven't talked about yet.
How about 20 across? You've got a mid, real low melancholy, an offer to help, 2 words, 5 and 2. So that's going to be allow me is an offer to help. And you have a real low melancholy. So that's the
I can help.
Yeah, go for it.
Allow me is inside the words real low melancholy. So the amid is the container.
There it is. Okay, I was doing it backwards.
Yep. I didn't have it until you started it though. So teamwork.
Yeah,
like
no,
how Dave, you
Great
actually
job.
exemplified the answer by saying, I can help.
I should have said
yeah, no,
it.
that was perfect.
I didn't say it.
I have to brush up on what all the different categories are so that I can actually figure out the wordplay part.
I have to say that we can we editorialize occasionally? I'll budget, but
No, we want to hear
director's
from you. The more, the
comments here.
better.
Allow
Okay,
you.
cool. This one we there was some back and forth about the kind of like the tone of this one and how dark to make it, and we ultimately opted for like a slightly more warm and like convivial vibe to the clue, because it's just kind of a dark time. People are really experiencing low melancholies, and so an offer to help seemed nice. So I forget what they were, but there were some more pessimistic versions of this clue, and we opted for the more loving, cooperative one.
It's nice.
I think that's a nice approach, particularly in a cryptic crossword where you have surface meanings that also lead the way to wordplay, is to kind of think about the zeitgeist and what people are thinking about when they're solving the puzzle. So I appreciate that explanation.
Well, and obviously, like, a clue works for the wordplay and the definition, even if it doesn't have a particular nuance in what it means. And so, something like this, that like it actually is telling a little bit of a story, and it's nice that it holds together mechanically, but also just it like to have a takeaway from a clue is a nice bonus.
I'm going to jump to. I'm having trouble reading the clues and also following the chat, which I to everybody. I'm going to jump to 22 down, even though it's a bit of a, like Jason did, jumping to a different area,
Yeah,
of the clue, just because
one slide.
I see a different like type of a clue. I saw another reversal. I'd rather let someone else explain that one. So in 22 down, the clue is soak in Ms. Bloom's characters intermittently. Well, even though we all think of Judy Bloom, in this case, literally the characters are referring to the letters in the phrase in Ms. Bloom's. And intermittently is an instance of literally looking at every other letter. So if you go to in Ms. Bloom and you take every other letter, you get IMBUE, imbue, and the definition is soak.
Well done.
Love that.
They snuck a preposition that's not a preposition in.
Yeah, and Ms. Bloom's like it's I was like Judy.
Nothing
No.
with Judy at all. Yeah,
Exactly. Much like your game, Dave. We were supposed to think of something, but it wasn't. Where are we going? Anyone?
I'm looking. I don't have it yet, but in case anyone else has thoughts, 23 with the exclamation point. If it's another and lit, then we need 6 letters that means a type of raid, but also maybe raid is an anagram for on base.
Could be.
I could be way off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was thinking like a sortie is a raid, but that clearly makes no sense as the answer. Everybody in the chat is entire puzzle. But
base could be the anagram indicator, because it base means in bad condition.
Oh, yeah.
Good point. So a raid on a base would be a what? We don't have any letters, which would help.
Inroad, INROAD. That's a raid of a type, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Inroad.
In fact, an inroad can be a military incursion. So
yes.
And the metaphor making inroads comes from. Yes.
I didn't know that needed to come from something. I just always thought it was what it was. Huh.
It's war related. Yay.
Anybody like the song
Explorina
by the band Dada? It's a classic. It's a classic. Well, 24 down would appear to be semi-obvious, right? Is that this?
Yes, semi is a weapon.
Well, I was thinking axe.
Oh yeah, I was thinking axe too. Although
yeah, I could only find one of 2 ways that arm worked, but I kind of felt like that's why you bring your friends, because I was wrong. Todd was right. Thank you, Todd.
And this is what we'd call a double definition, where there isn't wordplay; it just does mean both halves.
That is true. Yes, good example.
And good variety of clue types, Ben and Zach.
Okay.
You don't have
There's
to
so
look at
many
this
AI
other-
rodents I can think of, but none of them seem helpful here. Remy, Chucky.
I feel like when you get something like this, like the numeration,
Or
is
two.
sort of another way to get to the answer. Like if it's like a phrase,
Okay.
either,
I
you
think
know,
I might have this one actually.
yeah,
Based on the enumeration, remain informed could be stay in the loop,
exactly.
which would be an anagram,
is-
surprisingly, of hot, yes, I plan to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Right. When you get like a series of words that like look like they're there for a reason, they're often anagrammed. Surprisingly would be your anagram indicator. And yeah, there you go.
And so
And
to
it's
stay in the
very
loop,
handy.
make sure someone circles back and keep you on CC.
Yeah, and conveniently, when you have a 13-letter answer right across the middle of a cryptic crossword, it gives you help on a lot of other answers.
Yes.
Ben Zimmer on the grid build.
But Stay in the Loop was yet another Zach special, you know, that was another seed.
A true team effort.
I feel like the original one was about like snaggle tooth. Yes, I plan to remain informed.
Yeah,
or
the
something.
circus.
And we
Yeah.
and we
Um,
had to switch that up. It wasn't quite tight enough.
Okay, so 16 down.
69, yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would take this.
Take that,
Okay,
Jason.
so Sega Mini turned up without final two graphics. So graphics, I think, is going to be images. And if you look at Sega Mini turned up without the final two, you have the reversal there of Sega Mini spelled backwards, missing the final two letters of NI.
Well done.
Yeah, well, very good. Should we go nuts and look at the other enormous one?
Oh, I think I have 15 figured out.
I love it.
Go for it.
So
Sailor Moon? No, maybe not.
so you might think at first that sharp mind rearranged means you're anagramming sharp
That
mind.
is what I couldn't find an L in there. That was my
Yes.
problem.
The sharp mind will be the definition. You are rearranging the letters in letters and putting them on AP, which is a challenging test, which came up, I believe, in our COQL set tonight. So the anagram makes steel trap for a sharp mind.
Very nice.
Very
Yeah.
I
well
see what
spotted.
you're doing.
Very intelligent.
Can't fool you.
Oh, and as a subtle thing, the on is like more typically used to
Yes.
say something is before something else in a vertical, like in a down clue, because literally the anagrammed letters in letters, the meta letters, is that what you would call them, are on AP. So it's like literally sitting on the challenging test. So you'd be less likely to see blank something on something in an across clue, but you might see like beside or accompanying. Or... All right, we're done. Oh no, wait.
Yeah.
Still not seeing that. The word involves often suggests like a container, doesn't it? Like something is inside something else.
When expunging
Right.
works if we want it to end in ing
Exactly
for
right.
definition.
Exactly right.
So essence of tact is probably the letters AC.
I was
So
thinking that as well.
Nice.
Oh, okay, I got it.
So
Should I jump in or do you want to finish?
yeah. Finish it up. Ben.
Okay, so a mild curse word could be like the word effing, like a
Yeah.
Ben Zimmer.
Oh,
Ben
yes.
Zimmer knows the term for that.
Nice.
What do you call it, Ben? A minced oath? Is that
A
what that
minced oath, yes.
It is a minced oath.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, the AC, the
Amelioration.
It can also, effing can also be an infix, meaning
Yeah.
not a prefix or a suffix, but something you put in the middle of a word to punctuate.
Wow,
Except now we're infixing effing in the
Yes.
answer here.
my brain just melted. So yeah, AC, as Todd said, the essence of or the heart of is often the middle letter or letters of a word. So in this case, the essence of tact is the AC, and effing involves it by encompassing it or by surrounding it. I love it. Is this
Okay, so let's go back to 26.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Okay, so I mean, I think
I
quiet.
know one thing it can be.
Okay, so quiet as a musical abbreviation would be P.
Yep.
for piano. And then the film about an AI would be Her,
Yeah.
with Scarlett Johansson. And I'm guessing Shot Go, and that would give us Gopher as a rodent.
Yeah, like take a shot, take a go.
Have a go, have
have
a
a
shot,
go,
have
okay.
an
A
attempt.
stab.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out
exactly.
that part. Okay, that makes
That is what we were going for.
Yes.
That is what you were
Shooting
shotting for.
Yeah.
well done. So yeah, it's like a triple, or a 3-part charade, I guess you might call
Yes.
Yeah, all of film about an AI just for the letters HER. You gotta want it.
Mhm.
I wonder what this could be.
Earlier, you wanted to do the big one, the 18, Ben. I don't have anything for it, but
Yeah,
if someone else
6
does,
and
now's the time.
Okay, I think I see the answer, but
I have it.
yeah. Oh, wait, hang on one sec. I've got
Yeah. But take it, Ben. I'll help you if you need it.
Okay. So I think the answer. Okay, I think this is a charade. I think a charge
Yes.
is a fee.
Yes.
And a sheepish call would be a bleat.
Nice.
And to provoke is to tempt.
Yes.
And add it all up, and you get a half-hearted effort, which is a feeble attempt.
You did it.
Or at least
Great
that
job,
was my
kid.
feeble attempt. That's all that. Beautiful. Another nicely.
Yeah, it's a lovely find in terms of charades, in terms of just a beautiful, just no abbreviations or I mean, it's just three non-related words put together to get a good phrase.
And the letters are in the order they're supposed to be. There are no anagrams.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I'm seeing 11 down, but I just did the last one. So if someone else wants to take 11 down,
I think I've got this one. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, as the name suggests, should be a sestet or sextet, which begins with sext. Say, send nudes. And then the one bit I don't have is the ET, but I'm guessing
Traveler
can
from
just
afar.
mean.
That's the
Traveler from afar is an
extraterrestrial.
extraterrestrial. Yeah.
Oh, that's sort of afar.
I mean, it's a good thing there weren't like smartphones back when in the early 80s, because everybody would have been sexting ET.
I could find a language where some traveler would use et to mean two. I'm pretty confident I could get there.
Those Reese's Pieces.
We apologize to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five for the casual slander of this clue.
How's it slanderous?
You're assuming they're sending it to someone bad. That's the slander.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, but Ben, we're all such enthusiastic solvers that nobody was reading the surface reading involving them. We were just like, oh, that would be a sextet.
So is this what ET was phoning home?
Yeah, you'll notice no apology.
He wasn't phoning home. He was phoning a 1-900 number.
Home.
You'll notice that no apology was issued to ET.
Oh, okay. I can take this one.
I think I have it too, but go for it.
Okay, so here we have a container clue. Comes after is a definition for ensues, but internal to that is revenues capital, which is the letter R. So we put an R in there. We get ensures.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And that means guarantees.
Somehow, Todd, your explanations are like 40% more concise than mine. You need to teach still.
It's amazing, Todd.
I mean, I have a PhD in instructions. You should know this guy. I'm very good at instructions.
As a quick side note, Todd, I don't want to make you blush, but Todd used to write themeless crosswords for his own. This is public because it's like, it still exists. So I'm not like spilling too much tea. So Todd would write 90 some, I think he wrote like these awesome themeless 15x crosswords. And I was like, man, Todd, if I had the skill to write even one of those, Will Shortz would get a bruise. I would submit it so fast to the New York Times. But Todd just casually tossing them off for its own blog. So I respect not only your like prodigious skill, but also just your matter of fact humility and just being like, yeah, these are for whoever. So
well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Ben.
Well done on every level. And I hope you make some more at some point. I think I've solved all your old ones.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'll work on that.
No pressure, no pressure. All right.
Ben was buying us all time to find the next thing to
Yeah,
solve.
right? See my
Um,
tap dance while these guys were solving away.
So I can do 14 down unless someone else has one they wanted to do first.
David, do it, please.
So
No, I'm thrilled that I just saw it, but take it away.
So Spanish bro would be hermano.
Exactly.
And it's found in a department store like Saks Fifth Avenue, making Sherman Oaks.
Hey, when'd you get so concise? You're still in Tom's gig.
That's a great find for a container.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hermano in Saks. Yeah.
Well, this was yet another Zach discovery.
Yeah.
Just walking around LA, he can't coming up with this beautiful find.
Zach, are you
Yes.
going to drop some cryptic bombs on people at the Crossword Show at some point, or have you already done that?
We've never taken it to
Yeah.
cryptics, but A, I would love to, and B, when we do, we're gonna bring Todd in to explain to everybody what the hell is going on. He won the gig. No, I've never put him in, but I feel like I am sneak teaching crowds what cryptics are all about with like little things here and there. I hope that's the work I'm trying to do. And thank you for asking, Ben.
I feel like there's an answer I want here and it doesn't work. It doesn't fit because Sherman Oaks is clearly right. So for 25 across, I want purveyor of bites in 5-3 to be snack bar, but it clearly is not because that's about I feel like that's like the first half of an alley-oop where like any of you guys can just like slam it. Or maybe I'm completely on the wrong track. I'm not sure.
Funny, I was thinking of something bug as a purveyor of bites.
Okay, so we want a capital city going backwards and the letters ASP anagrammed in the middle, probably. So, could we get Tapas Bar in there somehow?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's so good.
And that Rabat around an anagram of
Oh,
okay,
nice.
It's like it's always more fun to figure out the wordplay first rather than figure out the definition first. But sometimes you have to go in the other direction and just figure it out.
Okay, bringing a little Casablanca Fez energy.
Yes.
Which is the best kind of energy, I feel.
I think I have 19.
Okay.
So Jack is going to be a J standing for the Jack in a suit of cards. Embarrassed will be red, but it'll go at the bottom where that R is, because as the clue says, embarrassed is after wide shoe size, EE, meaning mocked, jeered.
Nicely done.
Great. Very, very good.
I'm not looking at the clue for 21. I'm just going to assume it's like tontine or concise and we move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of letters here though.
Ooh.
Okay, I think.
Oh yeah, I think Jason, you want to take this one? Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, somebody said it. Somebody said it.
Yeah,
sorry.
you got it. You got it. It's good.
All right, Jason, you explain it. If you like.
Well, a respectable indie publication would be a fanzine, and Australia and New Zealand initially would be ANZ, which is,
Sorry, I actually didn't know it was right when I said it. I was just trying to come up with indie publications.
So the ANZ is featured inside of fine, which is another word for respectable.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Making it clear that the publication itself need not be respectable, because some of the best fanzines are in fact a little something else.
You don't want a respectable.
Right.
You heard it here first.
It's just the indie publication, not a.
Wow. Trying to keep up with our conversation and the grid and trying to solve a few. It's like I've completely abandoned my attempt to keep up with the chat, but I can just see that predictably the chat is crushing the puzzle. I don't want to not acknowledge the chat. It turns out that we're not in need of a lot of solving help, and I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of good jokes, but it is typical on the stream that the chat puts on a better show than I am capable of. But with you guys here, it actually is turning into an awesome show.
Ben, you're a great host. Don't sell yourself short.
Thank you, Zach. I unlike your show where you've got I think the kids call it like some mad flow. I have found that the less I talk on these streams, the better the streams are, which is why I bring in guys like all of you and Kelsey and Paula.
What do you find is more important for a show? Would it be the flow or the riz?
Well, I think
as long as it's dripping with something.
Yeah, exactly. The drip, the flow, the rizz, or as I call them, the big three. No, I think we need to look to Zach for those because he's got all of those in abundance. All right, so I think I see. Okay, I think I see 21 down. Anyone else?
Take it, Ben.
Okay, an unreliable type would be a flake, and failing, like on your report card, would be an F. And Victoria or George, there's a Lake George or Lake Victoria, so Victoria or George would be a lake.
Very nice.
Yes.
And there's no
We knew we wanted
option.
names. We knew we wanted lake names that were also people names, and Ben really, I think, chose the right two.
Completely, because I was trying to find some sort of British royalty.
Or
Yeah.
Victoria
Yeah.
from
Like,
only
like
Connecticut.
Titicaca would have ruined the
Yeah.
clue, I guess.
That would have been a bit of a tell.
Yeah, although it could be like an effing, it could be like you could find there's ways to put together Titicaca, which would titillate everyone.
Yeah.
Chad and George, classic pairing.
Titicaca is an interesting word because it's the letters TICA inside the letters TICA.
Nice.
Just for I know this is a safe space to say such a thing.
Exactly.
You
And
get
separately,
thrown.
it's like an well, I guess by definition, AB, CD, CD.
Yeah.
But what Zach said is like far more unusual than what I just said.
Could have thrown Lake Bell in there, the actress, to really screw with people.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
And Veronica Lake. Yeah, we considered various lakes, but
Veronica and Victoria,
chose the
both
right
lakes. So we're not going to get any more letters for 27. So
No.
if anyone has a thought, I actually don't have it yet.
I do have it, but I just babbled about a flake, so I think I'm going to let someone else jump in.
I know what's going on. But
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, I think I've got it.
Go ahead.
Take it away.
Okay, so stream of updates, I think is going to be newsfeed.
Nice.
And it's a shoddy defense around Bush the Second. Bush the Second, of course, was known as W.
Yeah.
So there's the W that's in the middle there, and the shoddy defense that's surrounding him. That's where I perhaps am a little.
That's going to be anagramming. Shoddy as in.
And that's what I was. Okay, thank you for that.
Todd, when you said you knew what was going on, were you also trying to figure out what the heck can defense anagram to?
Well, when I saw Bush the Second, my first thought was the letter U. But the letter, and so I was trying to anagram the letter U with defense, but I saw a news feed and I was like, how do you get a W in there? And it took me a second to realize, yes, Bush the Second is referring to George W. Bush.
That's funny though. Bush the Second can mean both U and W. Yeah. Someone can do something with
that.
So
I thought, is that like a twee spelling of news feed?
or German.
Ben Zimmer, famously twee.
You got to make a list of all these words like naughty and around.
Oh, there are websites that have them and they just go on and on.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Those would be helpful for those of us new to the game.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well,
Jason, though, in this case, though, you saw that shoddy being the anagram indicator and around being the container indicator for this one. Although around in other contexts could be an anagram indicator.
Indeed.
Okay.
Someone once said, I feel like there was a quote from someone that basically any word can be an anagram indicator if you try hard enough.
Yeah. I think Raffles a lot in the chat said it's a word in the dictionary, so therefore it can be an anagram indicator. But
that's kind of
Bob shared a link to one of the several websites that gives you a very long list of potential anagram indicators, but you'll never capture all of them because there's always more that you could wrangle into making one.
That's reminiscent of the famous saying that any pizza is a personal pizza if you try hard enough.
I've lived that.
Okay. I will admit that I checked out of our conversation for a second to take a look at the remaining clues, and I have some viable theories up in the corner here. There is one of the four. I don't have all of the solved, but I think I have taken more. I obnoxiously spent more time looking at these than anyone else has. So I'm gonna just sort of back up a little and give you all a chance to look at these.
I think it's been a couple since you did one, Ben. So I'd say go for it.
Yeah. Go for it, Ben.
Okay. All right. I'll just do a straight up anagram. Took me a minute, but with these 3 letters, I was able to anagram rover bit A. Dilapidated would be the anagram indicator, not unlike shoddy or secondhand or whatever. So in this case, I think riverboat is a watercraft.
Very
I
nice.
concur.
And that gives letters to those crosses, which will, I think, help us along a little bit.
So if we just go to 10 across
Sure.
really quick. This is a straightforward hidden word clue. Havel vetoes accepting descriptor for his nation's revolution. Inside Havel vetoes, we would have the word velvet, which is also the name of a revolution of Havel's nation, presumably.
And so that one, I feel like it's especially tough to get a clue work like this where even though Havel is just letter fodder, the clue actually is correctly about the person. So
Yes,
like kudos
yes.
on that.
Yes,
That was
a very nice touch to make that a quasi meta reference in the definition.
Exactly.
That was an elegant Zimmer move. I like how it breaches the boundary between the definition and the wordplay
Yeah.
and makes them work together. It's really nice. I also want to just say I'm not going to put anyone individually on blast or throw them under the bus, but for the riverboat clue for 7 Down, we had a bit of a back and forth editorially, and they were like, "Why would a dog bite a watercraft?" And we were like, there's so many implausible clues in this puzzle.
And that's the one that stretches the
that got
imagination.
Yeah, right.
singled out.
Sexting ET, we accept.
Right,
Also,
exactly.
don't dogs famously try and bite mail trucks?
Yes, right, exactly. The dog that
So-
caught the dilapidated watercraft.
Clearly, the riverboat is delivering mail.
Well,
and then
there
it all
are
makes sense.
there are like, I guess, residential addresses on islands where the USPS, I don't know if they own boats or if they rent or whatever, but like I think it is possible. I think there is US mail that is delivered by boat. I'm pretty sure that is a thing.
Wow.
So this clue stands up. Oh, we got 2 left. We're rounding third.
Wow.
Literally rounding the corner here. Anyone?
I feel like I have part of 5, but I'm hoping someone can help me finish it.
Yep.
I could also be very wrong, but lead
No.
in one Mad Max movie, Tom Hardy, and we have the H and the R. Is there something we can do with that?
I'm gonna remain silent and let Todd or Jason opine.
It could be totally a red herring. I'm not sure. And I don't love the Y in the down.
I will say that I don't think Tom Hardy is part of the answer.
Okay.
I like the surface read of this. I like the fact that there are multiple Mad Max movies and that you're sort of reading this going, okay, wait, is it going back to the Road Warrior? And yet you eventually find that it's only referring to one Mad Max movie, not multiple Mad Max movies. Is that fair to say, Ben, Zach?
Fair. More than fair.
Can anyone think of somebody who was a lead in a Mad Max movie in 6 letters?
Gibson.
Co-star of Tom Hardy.
I'll give you a hint. This was an
Theron.
African
Charlize
American
Theron.
Best Actress.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it is literally it is a container in the last 2 words, but you don't notice it because you're trying to think of another Mad Max movie. So it was like a brilliant disguise, if you.
A hidden, not a container.
Oh yeah, sorry, hidden word. Right.
Yeah, I'll because of the follow-up Furiosa prequel, I was only thinking of Anya Taylor-Joy, I was forgetting that she had been in the other movie and had a different actress.
Oh man, Fury Road is one of my favorite movies of all
so
time,
good.
and I did not love Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, I have to say.
But you gave it the full title, which is a sign of respect.
I'm not thrilled with the fact that I have embarrassingly not yet seen Fury Road, particularly because somebody just put out a list of like the best movies of this century, and they had it at the old #1 spot. I was like, damn, that must be really good. Gotta correct that soon. All right, well,
It's the best time of the year for watching movies, Ben.
Well, yeah,
The week between Christmas and New Year's, that's prime time for catching up.
exactly. I just knocked out most of that that Mike Schur Ted Danson thing, which is very, very nice on Netflix.
And I gotta say, I'm doing a Learned League one day in January on Santa and pop culture, so I have a lot of Christmas movies I need to start watching.
Wow.
Mm.
Well, he goes back in Coca-Cola advertising like nearly a century. That was a newspaper program at some point. All right, I think Netscape
I
is
know.
the answer to 8 now.
I know what the answer is, but I'm not
I have the
100% sure
first
how
part
the
of the
wordplay
answer.
works.
Exactly.
I have the first part of the
Well,
string.
so the full answer.
I can guide you through if you want to start with it, Jason.
Okay, so the full answer is Notes app, which is a digital method of keeping track of scratch paper.
Right.
So that's the scratch pad that's digital. Perhaps not I'm not sure if that includes not electronic or not. Sadly, missing all but the first 2 pages.
Oh,
now I got it.
see.
I'm glad you guys see. I
No,
do not.
Honestly, you saying it out loud was the only thing that made it click, and I don't know why.
Me too. All right, so Dave, you want to, or Todd, you want to finish this one?
Okay, so Jason, we have the definition is scratch pad that's digital.
Right.
So going through the clue, the next part is
so not electronic, not E.
so well, just the word not.
Oh, just not the.
So not is not. Yeah.
I think you may have just been doing the next bit already, though, Jason. I think you had the E correct. Just
you had it.
Doing 2 steps.
So now there's 2 more steps.
So E for electronic.
Not E, so not electronic. Sadly is, I guess, the S. Missing all.
No. Sadly, it's not the S.
Oh, then SAP.
It's actually the SA.
SA.
Sadly, missing all but the first 2.
So if you take the first 2 letters of sadly, all the first 2 letters of sadly is the SA,
exactly,
and then pages. PP is an abbreviation for pages.
Yeah.
That
clue made you work for it, but
that clue made you work for it.
Yeah.
It's all there. It's all there.
A 4-part charade in 8 letters. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Whereas I was looking forward to Ben Zimmer giving an explanation of how something is digital but not electronic. Please describe the meanings of the words for us, Ben.
And Ben, can you also clarify?
My hand is digital but not electronic.
There you go. Hey, you have impulses going on in your hand.
Does anyone here know the difference between an acronym and an initialism? I certainly don't.
Don't get me started.
It has to do with
What's a pleonasm? Has anyone ever heard of that? I don't know.
This one actually was one of the last ones that we ended, after various editorial revisions. This is one of the last ones where we had a clue that we were satisfied with. It was surprisingly difficult to get it in shape. So yeah. Wouldn't you say, Zach, that one took more work than a lot of these other ones? But a lot of these went through various rounds of revision before finally got to the final product.
For a little while, Theron was actress antagonized Hornet, but I think we had too many anagrams was the determination. But that was a nice, efficient one.
Yeah, that's like that's a rock solid anagram, and yet look at this sweet clue that you wrote. I mean, this is completely misleading. This was one of the most confusing ones. This is a great clue.
Yeah, the stuff that were like right above Velvet, which is another one that's referential and crossing over. Ben, I thought you were just referring to Ann Litz at the beginning when you said sometimes they might overlap, but apparently you had more in store for us.
What a great cryptic crossword!
I thought that was lovely. I mean, it had some just really beautiful wordplay finds like feeble attempt and Sherman Oaks, and some really nice surface senses, humorous, like the sextet clue, and yeah. So and the velvet clue had kind of a nice interesting reference in the cluing. So yeah, just a great job all around. Nice work.
Terrific.
Thank you guys. That's so nice.
Awesome. I'm sure Ben Tausig was thrilled, and company.
Yeah, Velvet makes me wonder how Hobble managed to never make an appearance in epic rap battles.
Yes, I write for a web series called Epic Rap Battles of History. And yeah, we've never done Vaclav Havel, but you never
Such
know.
low-hanging fruit.
We're at that's right.
Spoilers.
We're we're writing now. I was in the writing room virtually today. So new battles are still coming, and we yeah, they're still coming out. So maybe that'll be a matchup one day.
Our friend Kiara in the chat says, Zach, you made Will Shorts say epic rap battles of history.
Did he say it with kind of a lift at the end, like he was questioning it was correct? Epic rap battles of history?
And our only Connect friend, Aliau, in the chat says, I have so many of the older ones memorized still. No higher.
Whoa.
That is high praise.
Yeah, my son and his cousins, for some reason, have the Obama Mitt Romney one committed to memory. They can just do that.
It's like the most widely viewed battle of all time. And I'll tell you that when they do, I'm like a cog in the epic rap battles machine. But when the two principals, Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd, do live shows, they have people come up from the crowd and rap those verses. So the person in the chat who said you know some of them by heart, if you go to a live show, you might get to really do it.
And Zach, the last one you actually starred in, wasn't that the John Wick? John Wick.
Yes,
versus,
I've been in. Thanks for teeing me up, Zims. I've been in 11 of them, and the most recent one I did was the first one where I had a beard. I used to be clean shaven, and then I think when I grew the beard, they were like, "Oh, he has a beard and dark hair." When I played Egon Spengler, I got into the makeup chair, and they were like, "You're fine. Just put glasses on and go out." But yes, so that John Wick was I think 2 years ago, and it was really fun because usually they have me playing like bookish dorks, authors, scientists, but that one I got to play like a cool anti-hero, so that was pretty exciting.
I put the link in the chat for the YouTube of John Wick versus John Rambo versus John McClane. All historical figures. For sure.
Yeah, that's right.
That is amazing. Best number in the chat is saying you were a great Stephen King.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that one was very fun. I was genuinely a big Stephen King reader growing up. And I guess I don't know if I'm still a big one, but I check in. So it was really fun to deploy childhood knowledge in service of that very specific thing that these videos do.
And Yahoo says, I think Alexander the Great is my favorite of your roles.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Thanks, ERB fans. They're really good. There's like 100 of them. They've made so many since 2011. So yeah, wow. We're still making them.
I've enjoyed the ones I've seen, but clearly I have some work to do. I have to get on the ERB and the Fury Road trains.
And let me tell you, people on this Zoom, neither of the two, the two guys is a native word player. And so believe you me, I am fighting to get our stuff in there as vigorously as I can. I have to sort of sneak it in, but I'm fighting the good fight, rest assured.
I love that. Well, you don't want to spoil anything, but any tricks up your sleeve for this weekend show, or I guess we just have to wait and tune in?
Yeah, let's see. Tricks up the sleeve that wouldn't spoil things. I mean, I'll just say what the Crossword Show is, which is David has to go.
Great meeting you, Zach and Todd. Thanks for playing, and
David,
thanks for letting me play.
To?
Bye, David. Thank you again for presenting earlier.
Yeah, who's your Brandesian husband?
Yeah, who's the Brandesian?
He's in the other room and not a Crossword or Only Connect fan, so I think if I tried to pull him in here, he might explode. But he was class of 06, so it might not have overlapped.
Oh,
that's a little.
Yeah, no, I think Zach was asking for his name in case he maybe knew him.
Josh Simmons.
Yeah, I think we didn't overlap.
I think not. He also indicated he does not remember the cafeteria punny names, so something must have changed after you guys left.
Good. He was spared. Bye. Nice to meet you, David.
Have a great night.
I will grudgingly admit the possibility that somebody named Josh went to Brandeis at some point.
Right.
Yes, it's possible that it happened.
Dave, your game was a true treat. Thank you so much for doing it. It was really good.
Thank you. Always enjoy
Sure.
running on these. It's a blast. So have a great night, everybody, and bye, chat.
All right. Night, Dave. Man,
Dave.
what a great Cryptic, what a great Only Connect game. This was, this immediately rocketed to the top of the charts of the streams we've done here. I hope now that Zach, are you a COQL, or Todd has jumped in with the three of us? Zach, do you ever play the Connections League?
That was the most I've ever done, was
Okay.
coming in at the tail end of that.
All right, well, if you enjoyed it, you have time to either like join a team for the next league, or the more lo-fi version, sub for our team, because as Todd can
Yeah.
attest, we need subs sometimes. Yeah,
Or
this was
join us on a future stream when we will most likely be playing another friendly.
I was about to talk about that, but Jason, you want to describe what we did last December and January?
Yeah.
A new friendly every week for
We
9
are
I'm
fortunate enough.
I'm going to
to
jump
have-
to before you explain, Jason. Thank you so much for
Okay.
having me. This was just a joy, and it is exhilarating. I was nervous. I was delighted. It was so fun to watch you solve our Cryptic, and this is so great. I just love this community. The puzzle crew is the best.
Was our solve more or less what you would have expected?
Absolutely. And I even learned some stuff about the puzzle that I had never spotted before in watching you do it. So it was a completely different experience than the process of making it to watch people solve it.
Awesome.
So
Well,
cool.
Thanks for writing it. Thanks for being here tonight. And yeah, if we have some friendlies coming up on the stream, just casual Only Connect games. If you're interested, you're welcome to jump in.
I love it. Thank you all so much.
All
Ben,
right.
Great to see you.
All right. Thanks again.
Bye,
Zach.
everybody.
Thank you again, Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
All right. Time for some 2-on-2 basketball. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think we're kind of winding down. Anybody have any deep thoughts? I mean, we've already been going for a healthy 2. Isn't 2 hours and 20 minutes like now the like average length of a Hollywood movie? I think that's where we are right now.
It might even be a little bit
or
longer
part
than
one
that.
of a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, right.
Well said.
Exactly. No, what a treat. This was so great. Thank you guys for doing this. Benjamin Zimmer, especially to you for writing or co-writing such a terrific puzzle.
Thank you. It was
Yes.
really fun, like Zach said, to see it solved. I've seen it solved on a couple of other Twitch streams, but there's something, especially with the Cryptic crossword, that's really fascinating to watch people interact and find their ways into the clues, and it's really gratifying to sort of see it all pay off, because yeah, this was, months of work that in terms of like, making it and then getting it edited and so forth. And so it's great to see the payoff.
You hear people say that, like, it took me forever to put this grid together, and then all you confounded speed solvers like crushed it in 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And yeah, I get that. It's also, as somebody who writes puzzles for the newspaper, I rarely have interactions with like solvers, as opposed to like people who are doing the spelling bee and the Wordle and the crossword. I mean, they know down to the second how much time you spend on the app and what wrong answers people put in, and people are tweeting at you all day. So it's for someone like in your spot, Ben. Ben's been here before. Ben wrote a Saturday Stumper, a difficult themeless puzzle for the New York Newsday, and I like just staggered cluelessly through it, and Ben had the pleasure of like Torquemada just sort of sitting back and watching me struggle. But I'm sure, good, bad, or otherwise, in the solvers, it's fun to watch people actually like interact with your puzzle that you work so hard on. Thank you guys all for being here. I don't have much more to add unless anybody Jason is going to read us 10 packets of acronym trivia. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do that another night. But we will, I hope, now
Planning
that,
to actually read initialism trivia,
Yeah.
if that's okay.
Yeah, right.
Let's end on a high note.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to break out my all pleonasm Cryptic crossword.
Oh no.
No, that's exactly. This is well, I mean, not intentionally. I don't know about next week, but the same thing happened last year. As happily for me, my busy season at work winds down as we approach Thanksgiving, and that's when the COQL season ends. So I'll just sort of put word out in online circles. Please tell people anyone in the chat is welcome to host an Only Connect game on the stream here. We'll keep it going. If you're interested in being one of the players in the game, please let me know. Some of our friends who are in the chat tonight have done that, and obviously there's a ton of like prodigious like clue solving talent in our chat. We're spoiled with a great chat. So hope to join you guys again soon. You guys all know you have the open invite. And I don't know what else there is to say except happy holidays.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night, all.
All right. We'll do it again soon. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.